and across the console for me sits my pal KB.
Yes, my friend. What's going on, brother man?
Well, plenty. Hunter Baumgart is here with us, working feverishly, as he always does. You got a fever, Hunter?
Yeah, I think today is one of those days where I got one.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's not even at the ballpark in his happy place, where the Brewers beat the Tigers today to win their series. How about the Brew Crew? What can you say about this team except that let's ride the roller coaster? You don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen, but more good things are happening than bad.
Well, interesting you say that, because it looked pretty bleak when they had lost on Monday to Tarek Skubal, and they lost 9-1 after two kind of nad-kicking losses in Arizona. Everybody's down. And since that time, all they did was take the Tigers, who are a pretty good outfit, and beat them in the last two games of the series by a combined score of 10-1. 5-1 today at the old ballpark. Brewers prevail, and Jose Quintana. Everybody poo-pooed that pickup, but Jose Quintana pitched very well again today after a rocky start, and the Brewers prevailed 5-1 today.
So it looks like the moves they've made at pitcher right now, at least for the first couple games. So you got Chad Patrick, right? And you got Priester and Quintana have all worked out pretty damn well. I mean, Priester, no hitting through almost 6.
Yeah.
And then he gives up the one hit and they hook him after the one hit. And then the bullpen gives up nothing for a one hitter. That was amazing.
It's a great bounce back series victory. The middle of the order came through. Yelich, Hoskins, Frelick, all hitting dingers today with multi-hit games. Contreras increased his hitting streak to 10 games. He was the National League Player of the Week. So it's very weird. The Brewers are 10-9. And what do we always say? You got to win series, right? 10-9, 500. Well, they're 4-2 in their series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like bizarre.
It is.
They won series against the Royals, Reds, Rockies, and Tigers. So they're 10-9, 4-2 in series play. And if my math is correct, I believe they're 7-3 at American Family Field.
Yes, I believe so.
So it's going to be an interesting season for the Brewers. Welcome to Hot Take Hump Day. 877-794-1973 gets you to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. We want your hot takes today. Hunter, let's start it officially. Let's get it going.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is?
Hump!
Guess what day it is?
Hot take.
Huh? Anybody?
Hump!
Guess what today is?
Hump day, hot take, hump day.
Maybe it's a hot take.
Hump!
That's hot.
Drop it like it's
All
hot.
right, let's
Drop it
have
like
them.
it's hot.
Hot Take Hump Day's upon us. We generally like opinions, but we've relaxed that. I guess a prediction can be, the Brewers are going to win the World Series. Well, it's not 420 yet, but if you want to put that as your hot take, we'll allow it. Give us your hot takes at 877-794-1973.
I've been waiting for a week for this one.
Oh, I can't wait.
Here
Empty
we go.
your bucket. Let's go,
Let's
KB.
go.
What do you got?
Here's my hot take. The York Peppermint Patty is just a big junior mint.
The York Peppermint Patty.
It's nothing more than a big junior mint.
Oh, that is so accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger and flat. Yeah, I guess. Different shape.
A little bit. A little more rounded are the junior mints.
All right.
It's more concave.
It is. I didn't do well in geometry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You've opened the bidding. But it's cool and refreshing. The junior mint was the star of a Seinfeld episode.
I know it.
York Peppermint Patty, not so much.
Love a York.
How'd they get away with that too? Because Peppermint Patty, of course, the Peanuts character, right?
I was thinking about that because they got the Peanuts thing this weekend, and MLB's got a good one, and they could have combined that with Pride Night and done Peppermint Patty as the bobblehead giveaway, and it would have attracted a lot of people.
Come on, KB.
That's the word. That's the rumor. I'm not being
hey.
cruel. I'm just, I don't mean it cruelly, as you know.
Right.
You and I are big in the
that's true.
LGBTQ community.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep them coming. 877-794-1973. It can be hot takes about anything and everything. Could be the NFL draft, which we're obviously focused on. Everybody download the One Pass app. Coming up at 3:30, we're going to talk to Terry Charles, who's he's a comms guy at the Resch Center. And the Resch Center is like the center of the NFL universe coming up next week. Hard to believe. We'll be up there next week. A week from today, we'll be in Buffalo Wild Wings. We're there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of draft week. Our draft coverage is going to be voluminous, and it's going to be spectacular. And today we'll talk to Terry Charles about what's going on inside the Resch and around the Resch, because that is like the hub We're also going to talk to Matt Lepay today. Adam Pawlak's going to be in to live the high life with us. Paul Wagner is going to join the program. El Jefe Jon Greenberg. We got another pair of wristbands to give away for the Harley Davidson homecoming. We are just chock full of stuff, but we want your hot takes because we have time for them. Hot takes, hot takes. Ben and Johnson Creek has a hot take. Isaac Collins, Vinny Capra, and Oliver Dunn aren't big league players. Their current employment status begs to differ with you. They are big league players. They're in the big leagues.
They're in the big leagues. They're
in the big leagues.
I think you may be thinking that they're not big league ready, which is fair, but they are in the big leagues.
Yeah, they're in the big leagues. And yeah, I get it. I mean, they're not household names, perhaps, but they're big league players. Well, who was the last guy that people thought was no good and then all of a sudden rose up? Right? I mean,
there's been a few.
It's like we're excited about Blake Perkins' return. There was a time when people would have said, "Oh, Blake Perkins isn't a big league player." They're all big league. If you're in the big leagues, you're a big league player.
It seems like the whole first half of last year when they were bringing people up left and right, you were going, who?
And this year they started that way. How about this? Quintana is a big league pitcher, and the Brewers signing him for $4.25 million after just 2 starts. It certainly looks like they're going to get their money's worth on that investment.
Yeah, thankfully he's not killing the Brewers.
Oh yeah,
when he's wearing the blue and gold.
Hot take from JJ on the talking text line: a York peppermint patty is a senior mint. Just happens to be my gambling handle. Okay, well played.
Senior mint.
Yeah. we love it. 877-794-1973. Pat DePere is telling us that Terry Charles is a great guy and used to work in radio. There's a lot of people that went over the wall that used to work in radio. For sure.
Yes, indeed.
Mike in Milwaukee has a hot take, and this is an interesting one. And we might have to drag in Russ Douglas for this one. Mike from Milwaukee, hot take. I think it's weird to be a fan of a college team if you didn't attend the school or have no familial ties to it. I mean, okay, Mike, I would ask then, why is it we talk to people from all over the country? Let's just say, okay, Joan Jett, rock and roll Hall of Famer. She's a Packers fan because she grew up watching the Packers with her dad. And she likes the Packers. She didn't live here, but her dad liked the Packers. So that's a familial tie, I guess. But, you know, you're not from Wisconsin. There are lots of people. So how is it different for college and pro is my question.
Well,
because our buddy Johnny Vegas, when he was 8 years old, adopted every team that won a championship as his favorite team, and he is stuck to them. And he is stuck for the Orioles, the Dolphins,
and UCLA Bruins.
So he's stuck now, and he's aligned with the teams of his youth, but he doesn't have any connection to them. But you can still be a fan.
Yeah, just because you're in Wisconsin, it doesn't mean that you have to be a Badger fan. Doesn't mean that you have to be a Marquette fan, right? You know, there are Notre Dame fans everywhere. And
Doug Russell's a big USC fan.
To the best of our knowledge, no familial ties.
No, he just liked USC.
Yeah, so
watch a game on TV.
You can like who you like. I mean, if you're not parading around as a alumni and getting jobs and things like that, why not be a fan? Who cares?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you know, you can like who you like.
I always
and it can change a little too over the years. It can evolve.
Sure, it can. I was not a big Notre Dame fan during the Brian Kelly years. I didn't, but I'm back on the bandwagon this time. With Marcus. But hey, I don't. I'm just because I graduated from St. Norbert, I guess their football team's been good. It was horrible when I was there. Well, absolutely horrible. So I don't even know if they're good or not.
The hot takes are rolling in 877-794-1973.
Tony in Oak Creek, I'm sorry. I cannot. Prosciutto is not the best deli meat. I'm sorry. I can't agree.
It is in his mind.
It is in his mind. But
olive loaf is much better.
Oh, God. But, Tony, I do want to say that is the type of hot take we're looking for. You hit the nail on the head, and followed up by Adam in West Bend, and he is damn right about this. People who don't pull apart their string cheese are sociopaths. Have you ever seen anyone bite string cheese like they would a beef stick?
I've done it.
I know, but you look at it and go, what are you doing? That's not how that is eaten.
It's usually when I buy the beef stick string cheese combo, and then I just eat them all like beef sticks.
At once, yeah, why not?
So I'm not pulling it apart. I'm not a sociopath to the best of my knowledge. I've been tested, but not recently.
But the pulling off the strings, I can see that. It's one of those things that looks weird. Like I said the other day, I saw a video. You weren't, I don't think you were there, but I saw a video the other day. I was telling the guys back in the locker room, it was the most psychotic thing I've ever seen. It was a guy eating a banana with a spoon.
Eating a banana with a spoon.
Where he pulled down the top, he pulled down the peel. No, he pulls down the peel, right? And then so the peel exposes the top part of the banana and he scoops it off. Then he proceeds to not pull the rest of the peel down and uses a spoon and goes in and eats it like he would cereal. Like the banana peel was like the bowl. And so he's sticking a spoon down into the banana and then eating the banana. It's like, what is wrong with you?
That's crazy. Ben in Sussex hits us up. NicolayLaw.com talking text line 877-794-1973. His hot take, the Bucks are playing better without Dame. Okay, well, we shall see. I'd still rather have Dame than not have him. But Kevin Porter's been a revelation. There's another steal. He's kind of like Quintana. Seth in Green Bay is on line 1 of the NicolayLaw.com talking text line. Seth, welcome to Drew and KB. Glad to have you today.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it. So
you're welcome.
I just got in the car. You guys were talking about just random fans, from various areas, no affiliation. So I'm originally from the Upper Peninsula. Moved to Green Bay about 10 years ago. I'm about as far north in the UP as you can get, Houghton Hancock area, if you're familiar.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Grew up Brewers, Bucks, and Packers fans my entire life. But the one random outlier, I am a massive Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
I feel for you.
Yeah, it's been a while. Last couple of years have been okay.
Yeah. Only 40 years or 20 years before I was born was the last cup. So I feel like I am the Dallas Cowboys version of the NHL. Every year is my year. I'm feeling the exact same way this year going into this season, into the postseason. And I really, truly hope they at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year because they got a great team. But listen to you guys as much as I can over my lunch break. You guys do an awesome show. So
all right. Thank you very much, Seth. Appreciate you.
Well, he's close to Canada.
Well, yeah, that's true.
If you're up there, you're going to be probably more Canadian influenced than Chicago. So he doesn't have to like the Blackhawks. I suppose you could use the state thing and like the Red Wings, but just take it across the river a little bit east. Go to Toronto.
Houghton is
way up.
That's way up there.
It's up on Lake Superior.
5th largest city in the UP. Up in Houghton.
At 17,400.
Last census 8,386.
Okay. Wow. And that's number 5
in the UP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to have Seth. And that's again, and it's not weird. I don't think. I mean, it can seem strange, but you like who you like. And it could be one game as a child that you watch and you're like, I like that. I like the uniforms. I like this. I don't know what drove Doug to like the University of Southern California, other than maybe they were good when he was growing up.
If he was growing up, knowing his age, would that have been the Anthony Davis, Pat Hayden, OJ Simpson? Probably no. OJ, he would have been way too young for OJ.
Yeah, way too young.
But it might be the middle 70s if he was a young kid around Johnny.
I would say Doug would be the 80s. He was aware of what was going on.
Okay,
keep him coming. 877-794-1973. Hot Take Hump Day runs the gamut. There's a lot of food talk on there, which will come in handy when we have our buddy Adam Pawlak join us to live the high life. Thanks to the champagne of beer since 1903, Miller High Life. Pawlak's going to be here at 4:00. And we'll also see him tomorrow when we're broadcasting live from the Christian Yelich charity event in downtown Milwaukee. But ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, very special guest on the NicolayLaw.com talk and text line. He is the voice of the Wisconsin Badgers, friend of the Drew and KB program. It is Matt Lepay. Our conversations with Matt are brought to us by Ridgetop Exteriors. Get started at ridgetopexteriors.com. All right, today, Matt, we hit on you for so much. We ask you about Badger basketball, Badger football, recruiting, NIL. We hit on you because of the Brewers, because of your long affiliation with Rock and doing the games for the Brewers.
Renaissance sportsman.
We hit on you for everything, but now we need you to be our music critic and tell us how you enjoyed the Peter Frampton show last night.
It was awesome. I finally got to see him in concert. I didn't know he turned 75 next week, guys, but he's still got his voice. He's still got the skills. You know, he's battling. He's had this illness for the last few years. So he plays while seated, as does everybody in his band. But man, it was an awesome show. Almost 2.5 hours. I went in there thinking he'd go. I'm thinking maybe he'd go 90 minutes.
And
that'd be great. It was 2+. It was awesome.
And of that 2.5 hours, Matt, was an hour of it. Do you feel like we do?
For me, that song is never long enough. And I thought that was going to be his last song, but he had, I think, 3 more after that. Some of it, Humble Pie, that type, 2 or 3 songs there.
Do 30 Days in the Hole? That's an old Humble Pie song.
But I did wake up this morning with a wine glass in my hand.
There you go.
I can tell you that.
That is spectacular. The Riverside Theater was rocking. I'm sure it was a good crowd because when you get a chance to see a guy like that, we always say you got to go for it.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yes, it was a great crowd. Those who appreciated him going back to Frampton Comes Alive and a little before that. So it skewed, a little beyond let's just say it wasn't the 25 to 35 age group for the most part, but it was great. I mean, there were, I never thought I would get to see him because of his, I thought maybe he was going to have to retire and just call it a career 5-6 years ago. And the fact that he came back and is doing this, I think he's in Chicago, I want to say tomorrow. But man, it was just, anytime you see someone of historic significance like that in that industry, it takes you back to when, at least for me, when I was a teenager, and those songs, they brought me back to being that 15-year-old guy with bad acne and couldn't get a date. So some of the memories were good, some not so good.
Did you have the Frampton hair at that age?
Well, I attempted to, and it was well short. He carried it off. Mine was all thick and went every which way, and it was a really bad look. But still, good memories last night with Peter Frampton.
Fantastic. I've never seen him solo, but I've seen him with Ringo's All-Star Band. He played with Ringo years ago, and I got to see.
We opened for him once at a Harley thing at the Old Miller stage.
That is pretty cool. All right, so Matt, with the draft approaching, I'm wondering the Badgers on watch. Where it's Hunter Wohler. It's been slim pickings for the Badgers in the draft in recent vintage. And this time I'm watching like Chim DK to see where he goes because he's been moving up the charts. So where are you with Badgers headed to the NFL?
Yeah, Hunter Wohler, I think most of these guys, there's 2 or 3 that are projected to get drafted, and it's likely later rounds. Hunter, if you believe the projections, the mock drafts would likely be the first Wisconsin player, but that could still be round 5, round 6. Jack Nelson, offensive lineman. The thing with Jack is going to be interesting. I pull for all of these guys, but especially someone like Jack Nelson. He played for 4 different position coaches in 4 years, being a left tackle. But I still think he's somebody who could carve out a good career for himself. Joe Huber, another offensive lineman, chance that he could get drafted. But I think what we have seen, guys, with some of these Wisconsin players, undrafted free agents can do really well for themselves. Guys like TJ Edwards, Jack Sanborn, both starting linebackers down in Chicago. TJ played the Super Bowl with the Eagles a couple of years ago. Jim Leonard was undrafted, going back 2+ decades. So, but they haven't had as many. There's no secret. They haven't had as many players drafted in recent years, and that's coincided with teams that haven't been performing to the level that fans are expected to. But a handful, I would say 2 or 3 could get drafted, and then you'll see some others as UFAs. And you mentioned Chim. He's such a good dude. I root for him if he's drafted or not to get a chance in the league, because I just think a guy like him could carve out a little niche for himself too.
You're right. The Badgers undrafted guys, it's a little bit like the history of walk-on players going to scholarship to All-American at Wisconsin. You get a Badger, kind of know what you're getting, right? In terms of attitude, and put them on special teams and let them eat and let them develop.
Well, Dare Ogunbowale, he's been hanging around, and he was a walk-on.
He's he's been one of the more remarkable stories, and I think we've talked about it before. You can even kick if you need him to. Somebody who came here as a defensive back turned into a really productive running back here, and has just found a way to carve a niche for himself. But that probably understates it. States if you've been in the league as long as he has, you're doing a lot of things really well. So it'll be. I think for those guys, it's going to be, if it's a day 2, day 3, it could be a little bit agonizing, and everybody picks you apart and all of that. But I still think that these are, particularly this group, like with Wohler and with Jack Nelson, who were Badgers from start to finish, and it was a turbulent time in the program, obviously, with the coaching transition, and it just the teams just never quite realized the dreams that they had all had going in, but they still, Wohler is so respected on and off the field here, and I think Jack Nelson as well, just to endure what he has. He's got a younger brother on the team. Jack's old man played at Wisconsin back in the 80s, and when he played, Todd Nelson, there was a coaching transition there from the passing of Dave McClain. Jim Hillis filled in for a year, then Don Morton coming in. I mean, that was a much more rocky time, and he still found himself getting drafted, and a little bit of time in the league. So hopefully for these guys this year, no matter when their name is called, that they can get a fair shot and see how long they can play in the league, because I think both have the chops to do it.
Here's something that, as you said, talking about Jack Nelson having 4 coordinators in 4 years. The players playing for different coaches has now grown exponentially. So if you've got a guy in the NIL transfer portal world, he's, quarterbacks are playing for 2, 3 offensive coordinators in the course of their college career. I mean, do you think anyone has looked at it? Is there ever going to be an impact of them making the jump to the next level because they've been inconsistent systems?
Yeah, I think with Jack, it was different because it wasn't because he jumped school to school. Right. It was because the line coaches changed. But yeah, Wayne Larrivee and I last year, we had Charles Davis on from CBS and NFL Network, and we asked him about that. I said, does it become a red flag? And he suggested no, unless you're moving because you got into trouble at school A and going to school B. But the development part, I think that is worth watching. I mean, different coaches have, there's certainly the different terminology, there's different techniques that they stress, and that is going to be interesting. You almost have to make it work to your advantage, saying that you have been exposed to a lot of different styles, even in college now, whereas before that wasn't the case much at all, unless there were coaching changes at the school you were at. So it's something worth watching, I think. And I think with both the NFL and with basketball too, you do have guys, maybe staying that extra year. Now in football, you have to be 3 years removed from high school to begin with. But maybe, in college football, you still come back for that extra year because you're well compensated to do so, but it gives you another year to develop. So in that respect, I think some guys may go into the league a little bit more polished, but in other cases, because you're jumping system to system, it's probably not unreasonable to think that while it could help some guys, it could probably stunt the growth of some others.
Final question for Matt Lepay on the way out. I'm wondering if when Jon Gruden breezed through the football offices, if you could bottle that and his essence and put it in an energy drink, you'd probably have like one shot would get you through the week, wouldn't it?
Well, but my friends, like as Gruden was telling the team, my friends tell me that I turn dreams into their nightmares too. So, and that's not a compliment the way they describe me. So, yeah, he is. You talk about on brand, somebody who has just leaned into this personality. I'm not sure many have done it better than Jon Gruden.
Yeah, that was some good video we saw of him buzzing around, and you get him going with coaches and talking football, man. Hey, you wonder if the guy even sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does.
I don't like anything that much. KB.
Except the Peter Frampton show on a Tuesday night in Milwaukee. Dang it. Matt, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We will catch up with you next week, and we'll know where all the Badgers are heading then, right? You'll be able to tell us ahead of time.
Absolutely. We'll tell you all about it. All right, boys, have a good one.
Okay, Matt Lepay joining us. Thanks. And the new edition of the Larrabee and Lepay podcast is available wherever you get your podcast. The NFL Draft 2025 is at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and they talked to Eric Edholm from NFL Network about what fans can expect, and they recap CBS's coverage of the Masters. Every Larrabee and Lepay podcast available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's presented by UW Credit Union, here for every you. We are off and running with the Wednesday edition, Hot Take Hump Day, living the high life, all the stuff that's going on. 877-794-1973 gets you in. Share your hot takes with us. When we come back, we're going to talk about the draft. We're going to talk about what's happening in Green Bay at the Resch Center, which is the epicenter of the NFL draft. Terry Charles from Green Bay and the Resch Center joins us next. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
KB here to let you know that CertaPro painters made our home look incredible. They were friendly, the attention to detail, amazing. The entire process was stress-free, and the results, well, they speak for themselves. If you need exterior painting this summer, call CertaPro painters. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business and learn about their spring sales event going on through May 15th, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose CertaPro painters.
Drew Wilson here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge and the Drew and KB Show. When you're hungry for pizza, take it to the house and pair your favorite beer for a true Draft House experience at home. Now with 3 crust options: original hand tossed, crunchy thin crust, and new rising crust. One of my favorites is the Prohibition Special. 2 types of sausage, pepperoni, mushrooms, and red, green, and yellow peppers. Pour your favorite Maibach for a near perfect pairing. It's easy to live your best frozen pizza life with Pep's Draft House Pizza.
It's party time at Cousin Subs. For a limited time only, Cousin's 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey guys, Abe here. How'd you like to roll VIP with Cousin Subs and Double D himself, Donald Driver? Friday, May 23rd, Donald and Jordan Love are hosting the Green Bay charity softball game in Appleton. You could be their VIP guest. I'm talking meet and greet with Donald, VIP seats, food, drinks, and Cousin Subs for a whole year. Yeah, that's a party, baby. Enter daily at cousinsubs.com/GB softball. Now through May 9th. Cousin Subs, we believe in better, and free sandwiches.
KB, Iron Jock's long sleeve t-shirt. Where does it rank on your list of favorites?
Top 5 all-time worldwide. In fact, the long sleeve t-shirt is my go-to when I'm home.
I find myself grabbing my long sleeve tee for my morning run when I take the dog out for a walk along the lake or when I'm just out and about running errands.
It just feels good. It's perfect for those cold days when I'm cleaning up the backyard or if I'm on a Viking weekend watching golf or just hanging out with Kenneth.
Plus, our smart and good-smelling listeners agree, giving it 4.8 stars out of 5. It's one of Iron Jock's best sellers.
And now through April 27th, take 35% off Iron Jock's long-sleeve T-shirts with the code BESTSELLER35.
The best T-shirt on the planet for under $30 when you enter the code BESTSELLER35.
With 10 incredible colors to choose from.
all built from state-of-the-art fabric and designed to keep you comfortable and fresh no matter where or what you find yourself doing.
Just go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Promo code bestseller35 now through April 27th.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeart Radio app today.
iHeart Radio. 97.3 The Game.
Drew and KB bringing it to you on this Hump Day in the Good Land. Hot Take Hump Day, 877-794-1973 to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. But don't bother calling right now. Line 1 is occupied. We welcome to the program. He's communications manager for PMI Entertainment Group, which operates the Resch Center in Green Bay. It's Terry Charles is with us. Terry, welcome to Drew and KB.
Hey, thanks, guys.
So what's it like being at the center of the football and sports universe right now? What is it like in Green Bay? What's it like at the Resch Center right now?
I mean, to be honest with you, somebody in the office said today, and there's not very many of us here today, in a weird way, at least inside here, it kind of reminds us of COVID. It's like, whoa, that's weird because it's so quiet. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening in the building of the Draft Theater, but everything else, part of the streets are closed. Our complex is closed. And it's just like there's eerily few people around right now. So in that standpoint, it's kind of strange, but we certainly know it's the lull before the storm.
That's what it seems like. So what's the bigger load in? You've hosted so many events over the years, Metallica, Radio City, Christmas, the NFL
Chelsea.
draft. What's the bigger load in?
Let me think about that for a second, because nothing else has caused us to shut our business down for 6 weeks. So yes, yeah. It's the draft, and it's not even close. Even close.
I would think so. So tell us what's going to happen inside. Obviously, the Resch Center, the stage and everything is right outside the building, adjacent. What's going to happen during the draft?
Yeah, so 2 buildings. I know people. So Resch Expo is really where the vast majority is going to be. Building next door is the Resch Center. So the Resch Expo is really, as you mentioned, the epicenter. Everything that the draft will be in this building. Obviously, the fans will be outside, but the green room for the players will be in what we call Hall A, which is the one closest to Oneida Street, which is where the back of the theater will be. The green room and the players will be there on the first night, and then the NFL legends will be there the second night as they announce some of the game picks. And then the other 2 halls, as how we have it divided, that's going to be your epicenter for the media folks like yourselves. One big section is kind of going to be the media tour, if you will, where after the players are drafted, they'll go on to the sets of the national networks. And then the third hall is going to be kind of I believe a stage for news conferences for the draft picks, and then a media workroom as well. So we're busy. And then also in this building will be the true draft headquarters, where the NFL officials will be, and will be taking the calls from the teams as they're taking the picks and making the trade. So it's all happening right here.
Now, Drew and I are going to be up there next week broadcasting from the Buffalo Wild Wings, and everyone is talking about traffic. And I just want to know, how difficult is it going to be for us to get to the Buffalo Wild Wings and subsequently the Moose Lodge?
Well, those are both pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
So I don't think that should be a big deal. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I certainly think, and people have asked this question, how do you think it's going to be? How bad is it going to be? I don't know. I mean, we're not going to have 250,000 people, which is the estimate over the course of the draft, all here at once. I mean, that's going to be spread out over the 3 days, I think. So in my mind, I'm kind of visualizing a Packers game day for 3 days in a row. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe there'll be more, at least on Thursday. But I mean, we're used to this. I mean, if you're a Packers fan, or I mean, if you've come to these games, I mean, you're not going to park right next door. You're going to find the neighborhood. You're going to find an outlot. I mean, it's we can do this.
So, but is Morris Avenue shut down? That's what I need to know.
I don't think so. I think
right.
Mike McCarthy Way will be shut down.
Okay.
Everything else besides that should be good to go.
We're good. Okay, good.
Oh my
good.
goodness. Yes.
That's all I need to
We're
know.
talking to Terry Charles from the Resch Center. It's funny. We have broadcast from your facility overlooking training camp, overlooking Nitschke Field. We've done things. We've done tailgate parties at the plaza, the North Star Plaza. We're familiar with it, and it just kind of knocks me out. I still think of the Resch Center as being new, and you're coming up on 25 years of existence. And it's like, I still think of it as a new building, and I walk in it and it looks brand new. Everything is immaculate. It's been remodeled. Everything's fabulous. What's it like working there every day?
Yeah. So again, just to differentiate, the Resch Center opened up in 2002, but the Resch Expo, where all this stuff is going to happen, that opened up in January of 2021. So that's much newer facility.
But I still love the whole thing. Everything about the Expo
it's great. And I think the thing that people need to realize, I mean, the Resch Expo is a great facility. The draft doesn't happen in Green Bay without this building. The draft potentially could have been here sooner had there been a guarantee that the Expo would have been done sooner. Because the NFL, the Packers, we knew, we're part of basically a three-headed draft monster. Green Bay Packers, Discover Green Bay, and they were kind of the silent partner, PMI Entertainment Group, running this county building, which everything that's happening in this building, which I just told you about, would be crucial for this draft. So, it's something we have been planning for so many years. We've been part of all these draft bid processes, and say, well, it could be in 23. Well, maybe not, probably not 25, could be 27. And then 25 came up quicker than we thought. So it's really a pretty cool thing to be involved in.
Okay. You got to tell us, Terry, what's you mentioned the green room. What's the catering situation? Is the NFL in charge of that? These, the athletes, the media, what's that going to be like? We want to know what it's like backstage. If somebody falls down the draft board the way Aaron Rodgers famously did, and they're in the
send them to the move slot,
and they want to eat snacks and they want to be fueled. What's that like? Is that on your plate? Does the NFL have a writer? Because you deal with artists and things like that, and shows like that. I'm wondering what the writer is like, and what is the standard issue accoutrements going to be backstage for the players and their families.
3 meals, 1 veggie.
Yeah, right. That's 100% on our plate. We came up with the draft day menu for the green room. The NFL had to approve it. So the players and their families, the players are going to be in what's called a draft pod. And I think they get to bring it's like either 10 or 12 guests with them. Once they arrive, it's my understanding they're going to be going through like a red carpet parade in Lambeau Field. Then they'll be transported to our building. Once they get inside, they'll be handed a menu and they'll get made to order food, probably like 8, I think it's like 10 or 12 choices, and think Wisconsin type stuff. Obviously, cheese curds is absolutely one of the things on the menu that they can order. But yeah, it's our kitchen staff, and to be honest with you, I mean, like practice. We're practicing. We have rehearsals. Our staff who's going to be in there has been doing dry runs from ordering the food. How long is it going to take? But think of burger sliders and cheese curds and things like that.
So then you have like baby wipes and fresh underwear. Or is that just for the bands?
I did not see that on the list.
No,
that's just our band friends always say that's one of the big things on the rider.
Yes.
Baby wipes.
We're catching up with Terry Charles, PMI Entertainment, and the Resch Center Resch Expo. What's the first event after the draft going to be? Because it's going to be wild. You guys will be like, okay, we're back to normal now. The focus of the world isn't on us. What's the first event at either
one
facility?
Of the first ones in the Rush Center, and I should tell you, the Rush Center is also being used for things, but the Rush Center will be the contingency plan. And I don't think I've ever seen this happen for the drafts yet. But if it would be such that it could not be held outside in the draft theater, and the commissioner and the picks would need to come inside, there will be like a temporary area set up where the draft will go on from the Rush Center. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's going to be set up. The NFL has a contingency plan for everything. They go through every single scenario you can imagine. But one of the first things coming up is going to be Nate Bargatze, comedian in the Rush Center.
So funny.
Yeah, he is terribly funny.
Absolutely. What's the date on that? You guys are going to have to, because how long will it take? It's always interesting when they build these massive stages and these temporary facilities, and then they go up so quickly, but do they come down as quickly? Is it quicker to put them up or take them down?
It's in our business, it's always quicker to take down. Like if we have a big concert that moves in, it may take them 6 to 7 hours to set up, but they're gone in 2 pretty much. And for us, for the draft, I believe we had to hold at least through May 7th, I believe. So we have a couple of days here for Bargatze on Friday, May 9th.
Ah, that's fantastic. So you get a little buffer. Now, how closely have you guys all been watching the weather? You just said there's a contingency. Of course, the NFL is prepared. If there's thunder, snow, or something calamitous happens, the draft will take place inside the Rush Center and 8,000 people squeezed in, 10,000 people?
No, I don't think that. I just think maybe perhaps those who are in the draft theater would be allowed in. So obviously everybody else in the area wouldn't be. And I don't think it's going to be for any weather. I think it would be severe weather. And I'm not obviously. I don't know exactly what it would take to move it inside, but I think that's a worst case scenario. But if you've ever seen the draft theater, I mean, it's a huge thing, and a lot of the area, those 2,000 people in the theater are pretty much indoors. I mean, it's going to be with the roof and the back and the sides and the whole kit and caboodle.
That's pretty wild. All right, on the way out here, Terry, I got to know how many coffee mugs do you have? How many sweatshirts, golf shirts with the NFL draft logo emblazoned upon it? How much merch do you currently have in your possession?
Probably not enough, to be honest with you. A lot of people here have a lot of stuff. I've got some T-shirts and stuff, but I was just thinking, you know what? If I'm going to be doing some interviews over the next couple of weeks, I best get something better with the draft stuff on it. So not enough for me. At least.
You need any Drew and KB wear?
Of course.
Well, we'll bring it up. We'll bring
it up, and we'll get a plug in.
We're so looking forward to next week, Terry. It's so weird that we're more excited about this event and the logistics and the execution almost than we are of who the Packers are going to take. It's just a weird place to be in for us.
It very much is. It's very strange. And before you let me go, I would not be doing my due diligence, and I'm going to sound like a broken record because anybody involved with the draft here will tell you, if you're coming, download the NFL One Pass app. It's a must-do. We had some folks who went out to Detroit last year. We've had people the past several drafts, and they've come back raving and saying everything you need is on that app. So we really encourage everybody to download the NFL One Pass app.
We've been telling people that for the last couple of days, and we will continue to hammer that message. Terry, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks so much.
All right. Terry Charles, PMI Entertainment Group. They run the Rush Center. He's communications director and been there basically since the joint opened. Rush Center and the Rush Expo, the hub, the center of the universe for the NFL draft.
I was thinking about this because we had this big 50,000 watt blowtorch, and you can hear us up in Green Bay. There are any fellow 801 Moose Lodge members? Can you reach out on the talk and text line and let me know if I'll be able to park there? Because I'm an 801 Moose Lodge member. So are you.
Yeah, I am too.
You're 801.
I'm just wondering what night is like chili night and what the menu's going to be.
We can find that out.
Find out. We'll have to look at the website. Yes.
Well, I was going to come back Friday night, but if there's a cribbage tournament on Saturday, I might stick around.
Absolutely. 877-794-1973. We're getting ready. Adam Pawlak joins us. We love having Adam in. He's going to be involved in the Christian Yelich event tomorrow.
As are we.
And we'll be broadcasting live from the St. Kate from 3 to 6 at the VIP event. Adam will be here at 4 o'clock. We'll be living the high life. Keep your hot takes coming. You got Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Shipping theft, fraud,
Corruption. Criminals never rest. Luckily, neither does Packer Freight. Packer Freight protects your shipments by fighting high risks with an arsenal of high-tech tools. Their hard-hitting strategies add layers of defense by verifying carrier identities, extending real-time visibility into truck movements, and tracking assets with sensors and AI-powered insights, all backed by ruthless vigilance. Steal your freight? Forget about it. For the grit that won't quit, visit packerfreight.com.
The draft is finally here. Join the fun just steps away from the stage at Buffalo Wild Wings on Oneida Street for the ultimate draft party. Stop in all 3 days and enjoy the fun under the tent. Friday, test your skills in the ultimate cornhole tournament at 3 p.m. Every day during the draft, the doors open at 9 a.m. Make sure to see the mock draft stage and get your picture taken at the podium like you're at the draft live. Chances to win great prizes every day. Meet Green and Gold legend and Hall of Fame player Leroy Butler live on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Try your skill at the Leap Wall. Great drink specials at just $9. Ice cold beer specials all week. Watch the live radio row with multiple stations broadcasting live all day. Join the game's Drew and KB during their show Tuesday through Friday starting at 3 p.m. That's the draft event at Buffalo Wild Wings on Oneida Street. It's open to all ages. Don't miss it.
Tired all the time? Do you experience low energy, bad sleep, stubborn weight gain, mental fog? It's not just aging, it could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, the mission is to help men take back their strength, confidence, and performance. Drew Olson here. For generations, men's health has been a taboo subject. We're guys. We only go to the doctor or clinic if bones are broken or a wound won't stop bleeding. Game Day Men's Health is going to change that outlook. With fast, free T-level testing, you'll know in minutes if low T is the problem. And if it is, the doctor-supervised testosterone therapy gets you back to feeling your best. No waiting rooms, no long appointments, just real results. But they don't stop there. At Game Day Men's Health, they also offer medical weight loss to help shed stubborn fat, ED treatments for performance and confidence, peptide therapy for muscle growth, recovery, and anti-aging. Get back in the game and take back your energy, your strength, and your edge with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free consultation today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. 4 area locations, GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
Burkhardt Sporting Goods has a great reputation for producing custom team apparel. We're total team outfitters and we can handle the biggest jobs. Our success in custom team apparel led us into group and corporate apparel. Plus, we have a full selection of promotional products for employee gifts, special events, you name it. And we've made it easy for our customers to firm up their orders. The group sale web stores that we build for our customers are a simple way of gathering all the information you need. They're easy to work, easy to understand, and with them you'll have access to nearly limitless options. We've seen that most times we're better priced than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer. Plus Nike and Under Armour choices that the other guys can't get. And we offer a huge brand selection from Yeti, North Face, and Carhartt too. This is Brian Burkhardt. For team, group, or corporate custom outfitting and promotional products, it's going to be really hard to beat our prices, selection, and ease of buying for any size budget and every size company. And that's why we always say, you can't beat Burkhardt. New Berlin and Fox Point.
I want them gummy squares. I want them gummy squares. I want some sleepy with no more anxiety. I need them gummy squares. I need them gummy squares. I need my wife to find her happy place really soon. We have Delta 8 CBD and new Delta 9s. Go to happyplacehemp.com.
HappyPlaceHemp.com. 25% off with promo code DrewKB. HappyPlaceHemp.com.
The new KFC Dunk It Bucket with juicy original recipe tenders, new mashed potato poppers, crispy fries, plus 3 sauces that fit right on top of the lid, so you can dunk anywhere. You can dunk at the game. Dunk while security points to the no outside food sign. And dunk as 20,000 people watch you and your Dunk It Bucket get removed from the stadium. Dunk almost anywhere with the new $7 KFC Dunk It Bucket, or get the double Dunk It Bucket for $25. Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash.
It's me, Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash. I see those dry elbows, baby. But don't worry, get moisturized right in the shower. So hydrated you can skip the lotion after.
Don't want to see it dry no more. Skin so moisturized with body wash.
Look at you now, no more dry skin. Your skin gets the moisture it craves with
Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Ample sunshine for our Wednesday. Temperatures warm into the low 50s away from Lake Michigan, but a breeze kicks in off the lake in the afternoon to keep it in the 40s near the lake. We'll likely see some more clouds tonight and rain returns tomorrow. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Rob Haswell.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. If you have a spicy side, Taco Bell now has a menu to match. Taco Bell's new Caliente sauce made with red jalapenos is the spicy side of Cantina Chicken. Try it today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
The NFL draft keeps getting bigger and better every year.
Draft coverage on the game is presented by Pep's Draft House Pizza. Make your house a draft house.
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio. Bringing it to you on this Hot Take Hump Day. We want your hot takes, 877-794-1973. In just a few moments, we're going to pivot to Living the High Life with Adam Pawlak, our chef pal, who's going to be with us, proprietor of Egg and Flour. Just saw him on TV last night. He was interviewed about something we'll talk to him about. But as I was watching television last night, you know what I saw? I saw a Brewers victory, and I saw a commercial for American Place Casino. We were the first ones to tell you about American Place Casino.
Yes,
We've been going there since the joint opened. And if you visit American Place Casino, you've never been, if you're a new member, you visit the American Place rewards desk right there. It's you know, right on that wall, KB, like by the little reporter's room.
No, right where it is.
All the time. Yes. If you register there, you may qualify for the Play $500 on Us promotion. That's right. You can learn more by visiting AmericanPlace.com or just stop by the Rewards Club when you're done playing Zeus and Neptune and Blackjack and making bets at the Circus Sportsbook, or maybe do that before and see if you get lucky and qualify for the $500 on Us promotion. All kinds of good stuff happening. Check it out at AmericanPlace.com.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537.
All right, who do we think is living the high life besides Adam Pawlak, besides Rory McIlroy, besides Jose Quintana and the Milwaukee Brewers? We're going to discuss all of those things and more. Adam Pawlak will join us coming up. It is going to be he's going to be involved with us tomorrow as we broadcast live from Kristen Yelich's home plate charity.
Can't get enough Adam in your life.
Fundraiser. And you got absolutely, and we got Goo Goo Dolls, Nicotine Dolls, Charlie Barons. We're going to be there hanging out, bringing you the sights and sounds and smells. Brewers enjoying an off day after winning 2 in a row and taking the series against the Tigers. Don't forget the baseball postgame show in its entirety from 6 to 8. Tim Allen and Pipe Bomb will break it down for you, and they got 2 hours because there's no game tomorrow. So they're going to break it all down for you from 6 to 8, everything that happened today and what's going on with the Brewers. Things aren't as bleak as they were Monday, which is good. We're rolling through a Wednesday. You got Drew and KB statewide on the game.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. The Milwaukee Brewers had their rubber match against the Detroit Tigers this afternoon. With the report on the game, here's Hunter Baumgart.
Thanks so much, Dave. It was a barrage of home runs at American Family Field for the Brewers. Yelich, Hoskins, and Frelick all hitting homers, and the Brewers win at 5-1 over the Detroit Tigers to take the series and improve to 10-9. Milwaukee has an off day tomorrow. They host the A's this weekend.
Thank you, Hunter. The Wisconsin Badgers have a visit scheduled with transfer portal left tackle Joe Cotton from the University of South Dakota. Cotton is also currently slated to visit Cincinnati. The Badgers lost tackle Kevin Haywood to an ACL tear earlier in the week, and Cotton is the top-rated tackle currently in the portal. I'm Dave Gasper on your home for the NFL Draft, 97.3 The Game.
Ready? You want to do this?
The NFL Draft is officially open. The Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL Draft.
Stay with the game for the most in-depth draft coverage.
If we find the right players that we think compete and add to our team, we'll certainly do it.
Draft coverage on the game is presented by Pep's Draft House Pizza. Take it to the house with Pep's Draft House.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Westbound on 94, got some heavy delays from the Marquette over to Hawley. Then you got a stalled vehicle on the exit ramp to Moreland Road. 894 eastbound, left lane blocking, crash at 84th, jammed back to the Hale interchange. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
Bet Online is your number one source for all your sports betting action. With baseball in full swing and in the home stretch for basketball and hockey playoffs, Bet Online has all the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. Bet Online. The game starts here.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Adam Pawlak here. Wednesday afternoons, I'm living the high life with Drew and KB. Thanks to my friends at Miller High Life. The champagne of beers, always flavorful, always refreshing. So join us, raise that bottle, and welcome to the high life.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the number one sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers, when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
Where are the blowout bargains that'll blow you away?
BidOnMilwaukee.com.
Vacation destinations, entertainment deals, home improvement packages, and more.
BidOnMilwaukee.com.
Get up to 60% off in the Bid on Milwaukee blowout sale, closing tonight at 7.
Hey, this is Billy Schmidt here to tell you about the Potawatomi Sportsbook. When it comes to sports betting, scrolling through an app is fine and all, but it just isn't the real thing. It's missing that edge, that exhilaration of live action. There's only one place you can get that, Potawatomi Sportsbook. Step into a sports haven for an all-pro, elite level, won't find anywhere else sports betting experience. The state-of-the-art space features a full bar, food menu, seating for over 200, dozens of kiosks, and an over 2,000 square foot video wall and more. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy, hims.com/JOY.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this, if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More, the place to go for sipping rosés with seltzers on ice, making margaritas with your favorite tequilas. It's warm out, let's go. Our prices are low on spirits, beer, and wine. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
Broadcasting from the all-new Iron Jock Studios, built by Reamer Remodel.
Let's get this going right now.
This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
This contains satire. Proceed with extreme caution. Side effects include critical thinking and unintended laughter. If you find yourself taking it too seriously, please consult with your doctor.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton Athletics. It's the fastest growing sports and stuff show in the Midwest. led by two 23rd-year seniors who have no interest in entering the transfer portal. It's Drew and KB.
You say nothing, and you do less.
There are two things that separate humans from animals. One, we can control our sexual tendencies. Two, when we eat, we use cutlery.
If I could have everybody's attention, we put together a little song and dance in honor of Drew.
I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
We don't care what KB says.
He doesn't like wobbly tables or touching fish.
You're done. You're done. Your mom wears Skechers.
If Andy yearns for Brenda and Brenda cares about Charlene, who pines for Andy, the three of them form one of these. Kara.
What is it, threesome?
No.
Lesbians. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
No guy cares what your nipple looks like as long as there's a nipple.
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
I want you to know that I've smoked pot.
You know I'm going to have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle. Light the candle.
Rolling through a Wednesday afternoon in the Good Light. It's Drew and KB broadcasting live from the Iron Jock studio built by Reamer Remodel. My name is Drew Olson. I am joined by KB.
What is going on, Brother Maine?
We got Hunter Baumgart behind the glass over there monitoring the NicolaLaw.com talking text line 877-794-1973. And joining us in studio, our returning champion, our favorite chef, Adam Pawlak, is with us from Egg and Flower Restaurant in Bayview, a bon vivant, a man about town. He is here to help us live the high life, brought to us by Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, the quintessential American lager. Hello, Adam.
Hello, boys. How we doing?
We're fired up for tomorrow. I mean, what's it like for you the night before a big event like this? Kristen Yelich Home Plate Charity event. It's the third one, and you've been involved in them.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it actually gives me something to look forward to. I like when I have big events like this. I don't get like nervous or stressed. I get like, okay, we got something to do, and this is a fun one, and it helps people, and you get to hang out with the brewers and different people that come rolling in, and it's just a lot of food, music, more food after. Like it's a good event. It's not one of those sit down and have a plated salad and a dry steak and a little cookie and then you're on your way. Like we go hard. We make sure it's fun.
What's the what?
You guys are going to be there.
We're going to be broadcasting live. You're going to be joining us tomorrow.
Yeah. So anyone listening right now, make sure you're listening tomorrow. Between what? What are you doing?
We're there 3 to 6.
3 to 6.
There could be some very special guests.
There could be a lot. I might have to drag them over.
I'm wondering why. I mean, I think part of the reason we're even broadcasting here is because Adam's with us. And
I know.
It's like, hey, we know Adam. Oh, come on in, broadcast live.
There we go.
It's like he's usually on Wednesday, but we'll put him on Thursday too because
we're going to do
both
both
every day. It's going to be epic. All right, if you have someone who's living the high life or a food question for Adam, 877-794.
We love the food questions.
I mentioned Rory McIlroy living the high life. More, should I say his caddy? Well, Rory's already rich, but the caddy to get that nice windfall, that nice chunk of the almost $4 million winner's share. Not bad. Not bad for a week's work, right?
No, not at all. A lot of those guys they're on salary. So
I think anyone that made the cut is living the high life.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Jose Quintana, we mentioned, who has his second victory as a Brewers pitcher today. Brewers beating the Tigers. All the Brewers live in the high life because they're off tomorrow, and most of them will make their way to the charity event.
Win today, get the night off, wake up whenever they want, day off, then go to the charity foundation to support their team player.
And then they play the A's, the homeless A's, Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas,
Athletics.
the A's. Yeah, the Athletics.
Is that away or is that home?
Home. They're home on
oh yeah, they are. Yeah. So then it's even better.
Yeah. It's gonna be epic. So all right, Adam, I'm watching TV last night after the Brewers victory. The news comes on, and all of a sudden I see you being interviewed. Now you're a man about town. You can speak intelligently about many things, but
yes,
it was because of the closing of the Crossroads Collective on Milwaukee's east side.
Yeah, RIP. That's like the huge news. You would think there was like an earthquake in Milwaukee or something.
An epic spot, and that is where the Egg and Flower kind of launched, right?
That's where we were born. That was my first ever operated and owned restaurant. So for me, it's kind of crazy. I think it would be a different feeling if I was still currently there after all those years. And then they're like, hey, we're closing down. But I've been gone 2 years now. But yeah, it's just, it's still the building that I created everything with.
For those who don't know, it's an iconic location on Milwaukee's east side. And it was one of the first like food halls around Crossroads Collective. It was. And so Egg and Flower kind of launched there, and there are some vendors like you were interviewed because of your affiliation with it, and others who are still there
Yeah.
were kind of blindsided. They got to
Yeah,
have to find
exactly.
new places to go and things. So they're going in a different direction. It sounds like. Who knows? It's just, I know the space will get used because it's a great.
Yeah, they
location.
said that they have a restaurant that was already like going in, or that was already
That is
set
already
up.
moving
But
in.
you got to remember all the people that were currently there.
Yeah.
I get it. It's tough. You're in the restaurant business. We never get a break.
You never get a break.
There's never good news.
No, I mean, I know people that went into hospitality and bars and stuff like that.
Are they
and-
still in it, or are they back
Yeah, no,
out?
some of them are, but
Yeah.
they think about they think it'd be cool to open a bar, and then they do, and they realize that when they do that, they've got to build in for slippage,
Everything.
because you're gonna have people working for you, palming money and things like that. It's like horrible. I would not want to do it.
The number one thing I always hear is people that are like retired, or they have a little bit of money put away, and they're like, I'm opening a bar and a restaurant. I'm like, just give me the money. I'll do something cool with it.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to go through. It could be only a year. I think 83% of restaurants close in the first year around the world. That's a real stat.
This goes back years and years and years. And what's the good breakfast place that's up in Brewers Hill?
Uncle Wolfie's.
Okay. Do you remember when we were, I don't remember when we were up there, and we were driving around, and it was a bar, and we're like, we got to buy this bar because it's on a corner, right? It's one of those
really small. Yep.
It's like one of those
It was a
triangle.
Tide House. Yeah.
Right. It was one of those. And we're like, let's just get this and then figure out a good exit strategy.
We did kick that around. Another idea that we didn't execute.
But we're like, we'll own a bar, and then with a plan to be out of it in 2 years.
Yeah.
We'll build it up and then sell it to someone, get the hell out.
KB, you should just write a book called What If, and that's all your ideas.
There you go.
All of our ideas
That never happened.
Well, that'll be it. First chapter will be the idea. The second chapter will be execution, and it'll just be blank pages.
And then the third chapter is it never happened. Sorry.
My what if, I had the idea for Cameo before Cameo.
Really?
Because a good friend of ours, his son was approaching a bar mitzvah, and I was doing an event for this. How long ago it was? It was America West Airlines.
Oh dear God.
Had like a home run derby at the Halifair Field, the Little League complex.
Okay.
And all the media types were there. And Ryan Braun was like one of his, he was sponsored by America West. He had a deal with them. He was one of their ambassadors or something. So he was there. And this guy asked me if I could get a video. And this is early, might have been like flip phone video of Ryan Braun wishing his son happy bar mitzvah. And Ryan was nice enough to do it. And then I thought, wow, we should do this. We should get celebrities to send messages to people. That'd be amazing. Did I cash in on it? No. Did I follow through? No, but that was the germ of it. I'm like, and now Cameo is
And the what if is if Drew Olson was the owner of Cameo.
Why doesn't Adam Pawlak have a cameo and wish people?
Oh man,
know?
I don't know how often people want me to
Hey,
wish
Kurt,
anyone.
Kurt, you got 12 people coming over for Easter dinner. I just want to wish you the best of luck with the ham and the scallop potatoes.
Right? Right.
Well, yeah.
Happy birthday! I'm sorry I can't be there, but
It's on the talk and text line if you want a cameo for
There
Drew
we
and
go.
KB, and then we'll just get back to you, and then we'll set it up. It'd be like $5. They get some real cheap people on there.
yeah. Hey, if you want a cameo by me, reach out to Drew and KB or
make it
Hunter or
happen.
myself, and I've done them before. I'm not going to say I've never done them. I have had some requests, whether it's an
on
Instagram
Cameo though.
No.
Okay.
Stop it, KB.
No.
All right, so
well, I was just asking.
Here's
You
one
could
from,
be.
from the talk and test line. Who's living the high life? This segment is brought to us by Miller High Life, the
Of
champagne and
course.
beers, our favorite. And Jacob in advance said, Arsenal just beat Real Madrid to advance to the Champions League. I'm living the high life. So he's a Gunners fan. All
There
right.
you go.
Congratulations,
Okay.
Jacob in a van.
It's a good
We
positive one.
appreciate you. That is a good positive one. I like that. We also, Van in Milwaukee, he said, braised short ribs from Hell's Kitchen this past weekend was fire. Was he? Van,
All right,
were
he
you
was
at-
probably at Hell's Kitchen, maybe in Vegas or something,
That's what
or
I'm
wherever
guessing.
they are.
Van, we need a little bit more.
I just every day I just thank whoever brought the braised to short rib back to prominence, because it would
It's
have
always a good one.
it had disappeared for so long and become the lost beef meat.
That's like, that's if people are comfortable doing it, it's like the oxtail. It was so like forgone and cheap, and
Oxtail.
no one wanted to eat it. Yes.
I won't eat oxtail.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
If
It's
I
the tail
make
of
it.
It's a tail of an ox.
Yeah.
It's the part you throw out.
You don't know that.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna bring him a Tupperware full of it.
No, you're not, because now I know that if you bring Tupperware in, it's oxtail.
I'm gonna tell you it's short rib.
No. I'll know it's oxtail.
I love
What if I told you it was oxtail, but it was really short rib? I'm really messing with you now.
Well,
let's mess with.
You'd be the one to do it.
Let's mess with Adam right now. What's the special at Egg and Flour and Bayview today? What's the sandwich special? What's the pasta?
We have the pasta special today from my brother Alex. He's doing well, I say somewhat healthy, but it's really not. It has broccoli in it, but roasted broccoli, cheddar, grilled chicken, mac and cheese.
Oh.
Classic. Let's say classic flavors. And it's not like a broccoli sauce. There's just good chunks in there, which is always good.
All right. Since we always get cooking related questions for Adam because he's, a TV chef and our yes chef.
Bring it on.
Mine is, when it comes to, you see chefs all the time on these cooking shows, the tasting spoon. Are those plastic spoons you throw away? Is it a real spoon? Do you reuse it? You guys, because chefs are always very, very meticulous about cleanliness and food safety and all that. But
depending on what chef.
They're sticking their hands in everything on Hell's Kitchen.
Wash their hands, I know, but I'm saying the tasting spoon.
No, the tasting spoon should just be plastic tasters in a container, and you can just toss them. They're just like the little ice cream when you get a sample.
I've got one that I want to know. Okay, you see, like watching Hell's Kitchen, right?
Okay,
and so it's steak walking. They bring it up to the counter, and then they'll cut it, but it never. What did they do? Flip it over so you don't know they cut it and look at it and say it's okay, Gordon Ramsay, or is he just doing that to make sure?
It depends on the steak. So with him, the rule in general is if you're serving filet mignon, never cut it. Let the guest cut it. So like whatever, you just cook those. You don't have to slice it. He slices the New York strip definitely because that does get sliced, 90% of the time. The only time I've seen that really happen, which was really funny, was he cut the filet to check it. And on that specific night, I think it was steak night, he put it back together and there was like a sunny side up egg on top of it. But you could kind of still see it cut. But usually you can put them back together. But the things that he's slicing or cutting to check, they're also supposed to be cut anyways.
Okay.
So he's not like, cutting the piece of salmon in half and then putting it together.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. Meat on the talking text line. Hot take. He's combining hot take hump.
This is so wrong.
German potato salad is the best side dish for a fish fry, better than French fries or potato pancakes. What does Adam think?
I'm definitely not going to say that it's the best, but we all know, I think you guys know, even Hunter by now, I don't care what people do. I don't care what they ingest into their bodies.
If you like it,
you like it, I support.
If you put ketchup on your pancakes in the morning, go ahead. Whatever you're into, right?
That doesn't mean just don't tell me that I have to.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like, why is there one primary? Because a fish fry comes with coleslaw, rye bread, potato pancakes, and potato salad.
Well, I always
have everything.
I always tell people, don't say it's the best. Just say that's what I like the most. That line would make way more sense. Like, hey, do you want to know what I love the most? And if someone respects your decision, then maybe they'll try it.
And it's and the Germans are such contrarians. So
KB had to come in real serious.
Stubborn contrarians.
Mush from Wind Lake hits us up. I've been making a lot of lentils lately. What's your favorite way to season them? I've been experimenting with all kinds, but looking for more ideas.
Easter.
I do like a lot. I do like lentils. That's a good one, KB. I like them creamed out, which is nice. Not like risotto style, like all soft, but just a little bit of cream to that, or stock or something. I like a lentil soup or stew or sauce like that. But they have to be cooked perfectly, and that's very hard to achieve.
That's threading the needle, right? I would say the Indian spices for me would be that'd be the way I would go.
Yeah,
on a lentil. All right, so that's a good one. Keep them coming. 877-794-1973. If you have a question for Adam.
Or if you want an idea for dinner tonight, just send it in.
Yep. John and Rhinelander, you know what's really good? Peanut butter and jelly on pancakes.
Peanut butter
and jelly on everything is good.
He's like peanut butter and jelly on soft bread.
Peanut butter and jelly.
How about you put peanut butter in your pancake batter and then make a little strawberry sauce to go on top?
You just sparked something for me because We
not
have
420 yet.
At
But.
State Leosa Manor, we have some of that peanut butter powder for smoothies, and you mix it in with yogurt. You got peanut butter yogurt and stuff.
Instantly.
And so I'm going to do that next time I make pancakes. So you just
put it in the batter.
Yes. All right. From the 262 burner phone, question for Adam on those Gordon Ramsay shows. Do they ever finish the meals when they taste them for judging, or do they go straight in the trash?
They go straight in the trash.
It's like a bite or two.
Yeah, it's a couple bites.
Yeah.
There's some things that he may like. The thing that about it is like, let's say before the challenge starts for the day, they have the producer come out and he tells you the rules. He tells you what you can and cannot use and stuff like that. And then at the end they go, and we need 3 portions, or we need 2 portions, or just 1, or whatever. So you know how many you have to make, and it all depends on, one goes to the producers and the cameras. We call it the beauty portion. And then however many after that is, how many judges are going to be eating your food.
I had Michael Simon was in the morning show when I was doing it, and he said like on Iron Chef was a pain in the butt because you were under that time crunch, and then it was like a fast show and a slow show.
Yeah.
And then you had to reheat stuff because they had to reset and film.
Oh yeah.
And things.
And they have to cook they have to plate up 4, maybe 5 for each one, and they're doing 5 courses. Yeah. That show's hardcore. RIP to that show.
From the 608, Adam, can you fillet fish? How did you learn? If so, how did you learn?
Well, I definitely can fillet fish. That comes from bringing in whole fish into restaurants and not having a choice whether to break it down or not. And you learn by people teaching you. So like butchery videos and cleaning fish and stuff like that, it's good to get started, but you have to either watch someone or just do it over and over. It's a lot harder than watching someone cook a scallop on it like YouTube or something. But really like working with it, and it's all feel and feeling the bones and where to cut and stuff like that. But
okay. I got one for you just from my own experience this past weekend in Arizona. What's the difference in texture and taste and just composition between a scallop and a sand dab?
Well, I'll be open and honest. I have no idea what that is.
Isn't a sand dab? It's like a kind of a flounder type fish or something, but they're similar, but I think they're often prepared in a similar way. But yeah, sand dab,
well, the scallop I could say is shellfish.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like stand up, I think it's
more
just
delicate,
different. It's kind of like in the flounder family. Somebody will know it. But
you learn something every day.
Speaking of filleting fish or butchering and stuff like that people might have to do, that's YouTube University, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When's the last time you went to YouTube to learn to do something in a kitchen?
Not too long ago.
Really? What was it?
Yeah. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, you gotta tell us. You're among friends. Come on.
Cereal.
It was actually the specialty tuile type of thing that they make in nice restaurants. I was trying to get a new recipe. I've used the same one for a while, but I wanted to change it. And it's essentially like a cracker batter that you can put into a mold and bake it, or the tuile that's made up of oil, flour, and water. And when it hits the hot pan, the water disintegrates, and it looks like a spider web or a tuile, whatever. So stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting a good one. Here's from Anthony. I am roasting a leg of lamb for the first time Sunday. I found a good recipe, but I'm wondering how Adam would do it.
Okay. Well, it depends on what you have. So you're going to have to make a 2-part on this. So if you're roasting in the oven, open flame, obviously I would put it over like rotisserie is the best. And you put a pan of like vegetables underneath and let that kind of drip down. But make sure that thing's getting marinated like now. If you're doing it on Sunday, you can start rubbing it down with fresh herbs, seasoning, stuff like that. Just don't use salt, and really get some good flavor into that. And then if you're going to do it in the oven, super high heat to start, get some really good color on it, like my prime rib style, then bring the temperature down and roast it, or open fire, or on the grill. So grill the whole leg once it's ready to go, get it really nice and charged, and then bring it into the house. But I don't think anyone has an oven big enough to roast a leg of lamb.
That'd be pretty big.
The baby animals are the most tender and flavorful all the time.
Just got to throw that in there, Kate. The smaller, the better.
Yeah, baby. Oh, have you ever eaten jelly? Right from the pouch to the pan.
I'm having flashbacks here.
It's delicious.
To that one where they were eating what? Oh, 420.
Take a quick break, and we were just talking about food. 420, everything stops.
That was my fake 420 hit.
We asked the question appropriate for this time of day. It's 420. What are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass.
All right, you know all about happyplacehemp.com. Adam likes the products. We use the products. You should use the products and use the code Drew and KB for 25% off at happyplacehemp.com. The best CBD products you're going to find anywhere. Highly recommend the Drip Seltzer. By the way, check it out. KB, what do you got? Make it quick. We got to get back to food and stuff.
Well, there's a woman by the name of Kimberly Shopper, and she is 52 years old, and she owns a curio store. You know, so it's a curio store. It's got to be what, little knickknacks?
Is that Hummel figurines?
Something like that. Yeah, probably stuff that would go in a curio
Does she
cabinet.
sell curio cabinets?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what she sells. I'm thinking little things that would go in a curio cabinet. And the business was known as Wicked Wonderland. And so she was arrested because of what she was selling out of the store. And she probably wouldn't have got caught this quickly had she not posted it to Facebook Marketplace. So what was Kimberly selling? She was selling human bones online. She had human remains that she was putting up on Facebook Marketplace. And they said, people said, well, yeah, they've been selling human remains for years out of this store. So they went to the store after they saw it on Facebook. And sure enough, there was 2 human skull fragments for $90.
Jesus.
A clavicle and a scapula for $90. A rib was $35. A vertebrae was $35. The partial human skull, though, was $600. They said they arrested her for trafficking human body parts.
That's got to be a long sentence.
I would hope.
Well, she's only out on $7,500 bond, and she said that these bones were, or they said the bones are like more than 100 years old, so it's not like she's a collector. She got them somewhere. I have
love
no
the other
idea.
people that go, oh, them, they've been doing that forever.
That's what I want to know. Is like, do you arrest her or do you go after the people who bought them?
Well, that's it.
What
So
is this, an investment? I bought a scapula as an investment.
Well, that's my point. So to
Weirdos.
Kimberly and the people that are buying human remains, all I can say is, what are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass.
Use the code Drew and KB at checkout, 25% off happyplacehemp.com or in the store in Muskego. Rob and Chris, great dudes. The Drift Seltzer available at Amon's Beer and Wine in McWanago, Wind Lake, and Delavan. Albrecht Century and Delafield. They're big fans of our program out there. Muskego Beer, Wine, and Liquor. Ray's Wine and Spirits in Tosa, great store. And, of course, Discount Liquor, among other spots. Check out the Drift Seltzer. We love it. All right, I got a question here from Joe in Brookfield. Fajitas, do you cook the steak separately and the vegetables separately and then mix them together? Or you cook them all together?
Yeah, you want to just get those veggies cooked to where you want and hold them. And then when that steak is perfect, throw the cooked veggies back on, heat it up, and go.
Okay. Veggies first.
Scott in Madison said he wants to clean out his cupboard.
Okay.
So what's a good slop meal to make? So I said, well, give us what you got in your cupboard.
Yeah, we need some ingredients.
Here we go. He's got Mexicorn, chili beans, cream of mushroom soup, northern beans, and then he's got hamburger.
Okay.
I mean, it's some sort of casserole, obviously, I would think.
You could make like a cream of mushroom sloppy Joe mixture. Would be pretty good.
Cream of,
I love when they say
sloppy-
clean it out and then he's got like northern beans. Like just leave the northern beans there or toss them.
Well, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned.
Or use them on another cleanup meal.
I never really thought of the sloppy Joe with a cream of mushroom soup. Then it becomes like a sloppy IKEA meatball.
We call that the sloppy au poivre. Mushroom cream sauce, little black pepper crushed on top.
Man, I might have to try.
I love
try
420
that.
when we're talking
Hey, that's
about
your
food.
new idea. That's the next what if chapter is
Yes.
a whole different sloppy Joe truck. Give me the bell, Drew, for that. You better not steal
What
my
kind
idea.
of food truck doesn't exist that should?
Sloppy Joes of all
Well,
different kinds. Just the ground
Yes. How
meat. I
about
don't
that?
know.
Well, here's from the 608. What's Adam's favorite way to prepare Brussels sprouts? And then we can have a truck that sells Brussels sprouts and KB.
Well, that's easy. We know everyone knows my answer. Come on, let's all say it. 1, 2, 3. Fried.
Yep.
There you go.
No one knew.
If it's green, it's
he
trouble.
hates them. He won't eat it.
If it's fried, make them double.
Hey, it won't be green when it comes out of the fryer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cream of sloppy Joe.
No, we're not calling it
No,
that.
that's not it.
When I say cream of sloppy Joe, you should have said, "What are you high?"
Oh.
All right, Molly in Milwaukee. What's the best way to cook salmon?
So best way is like I do it in an interesting way, which I like it the best is I like to butter poach it. So just melted butter, and as soon as it starts getting frothy, you put the salmon in there and you just slowly like let it cook through. Or the classic way is score the skin, medium high heat, sear it, flip it over, put some butter, herbs, butter baste it. That's good. Those two are my favorite.
Is the cedar plank optional?
Oh man, the cedar plank.
What's the deal with that? The cedar plank. What's it supposed to do?
One, it can't be treated, so please don't just start taking wood and cooking fish.
So
don't take your curio cabinet.
Yeah, you're not making cedar plank fish, and you don't go to Home Depot and stock up.
No.
All right. Here's another one from a 414 burner phone. What's Adam's favorite knife sharpener that you can recommend for kitchen knives? Because there ain't nothing worse than a dull knife.
Yeah, I mean, so when you say sharpener, the only way to really sharpen a knife is on a stone. That's the true way to sharpen the knife. So you can do YouTube videos on that, whatever. You need different sizes. You could probably Amazon that pack of the sharpening stones. But if not, you can get the one where you kind of hold it in your hand and you slide the knife back through it. If you're at home, that's just straining the edge to make sure that it's straight and it's good. Or use your steel, because all of you at home that have those nice knife blocks, you see the little knife, the little sword that comes out.
Oh, so
that is for something.
Yeah, so that works just as well.
Yeah, 45-degree angle on it with the knife, and just draw it back. Go to the other side, draw it back, and you're keeping that edge straight. But definitely a stone. Learn that. Or there's a ton of companies out there that you can send all your knives to.
I'll send them back.
And if you're not using them like I am, probably every month or two you can send them in.
Here's a great one from Drew in Cedarburg. The best way to thicken pan sauces, and I'm going to say what? Flour, cornstarch? What is it?
I just say roux, or reducing them if you have time. Depends on how much time you have. But I always say you can have roux, so it's just equal parts butter or fat of some sort and flour. And you can actually cook that down a little bit, and then it'll get like hard. And you can actually keep that in like a coffee can or a deli cup or sign. And when you need to thicken sign, you can just grab a little bit out of there and throw it in.
Most excellent. What are you making for tomorrow? What's part of the VIP catering tomorrow?
So my offering, which I will be sending them over to you guys rapidly, is a smoked ham and Swiss cheese grilled cheese sandwich with spiced Mornay sauce and shaved black truffles.
Outstanding.
So like a really fancy grilled cheese. I'm sorry.
And
I made that sound really.
You're the culinary director of this event, but there are other restaurants involved. And
yeah,
we'll talk to you about it tomorrow. But
yeah, but
so
Birch,
cool.
Sanford, Story Hill, Black Shoe Bakery, Pap Cedar Group, Kevin Sloan. And then after there's a post party, which I wish you guys were broadcasting at 10 at night. Because we're doing another five restaurants: Modern Maki, Heaven's Table, Flower Girl, and Flame. There's some really good ones coming through.
Fired up. Well, we're going to talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going live. So listen tomorrow if you're listening.
Tomorrow we'll be broadcasting live at the St. Kate beginning at 3:00. Adam, thank you for living the high life with us. Thanks to the Champagne of Beers, our favorite Miller High Life.
We'll be drinking those tomorrow, maybe.
It's 1903. Oh yeah, we'll be drinking a lot of
and
those.
Eating cream of Sloppy Joe's.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, we shall return. When we come back, we're talking Brewers and baseball with our buddy Paul Wagner, pitching coach to the Stars. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Dancing to the city's beats. No one dragging us down low. In our world, we steal the show. We're living the high life with Drew and KB. Every day's a new adventure, so wild and free.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Southbound 894 jammed in pockets from the Zoo down to the Hale interchange, and then eastbound to 84th, we got crash cleanup continuing to block the left lane. Southbound 43 slammed from Capitol to the Marquette. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell. Divorce and Family Law. 866-323-7529. 111 East Kilbourne Avenue, Suite 1650, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202. CordellCordell.com.
Drew and KB here with our buddies, Rob and Chris from HappyPlaceHemp.com.
You have a wide range of products, each of which has a different effect. How should I go about finding what's right for me?
The easiest thing to do is just try stuff. And like try our sample pack, for example. You can try all 7 varieties of gummies that we currently have. And then you can see which one works best for you, because everyone's unique and everyone has different experiences. But what I tell people to look for THC and CBD ratios. Higher CBD, lower THC concentrations are more for daily use. And then the higher THC type stuff, Delta 9s, Delta 8s, those are going to be more for, the fun factor.
If I drink a can of your seltzer, what will I experience?
I would say the unique thing about the seltzer is you're going to start feeling the effects in maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour where you're not, on the couch, but you just have a really good feeling about it.
Now get 25% off your entire order with the code Drew and KB in-store and online at happyplacehemp.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Adam Pawlak here. Wednesday afternoons, I'm living the high life with Drew and KB. Thanks to my friends at Miller High Life. The champagne of beers, always flavorful, always refreshing. So join us, raise that bottle, and welcome to the high life.
Andy, how does it feel to win the summer?
Feels real good, Holly. Like a lush lawn.
Let's talk about the dandelions. How did you beat those?
It's a team effort here. My tech Danny from Weedman came in for the weed control assist.
What's next?
We're talking fertilization, aeration. There's a lot in store.
There you have it. It's Weedman for the win. Visit weedman.com for a free quote and save 50% on your first service with promo code WIN.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Okay, don't freak out. Chappell Roan is here, and she is unfiltered on Las Culturistas. I gotta warn you, there is no topic off limits. Plus, Kate Cassidy breaks her silence on Purpose with Jay Shetty. She talks about Liam Payne, and it's an episode you do not want to miss. Plus, Amy Lou Wood drops by On Air with Ryan Seacrest, and she says she felt pretty ugly after learning her casting process for White Lotus.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
I just wanted to say I listen to you on iHeartRadio every morning.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Zabe and Butch in the morning.
Hey, join us Thursday, the 9-10 play-in games, Matt Miller, and more draft talk as we get closer. See you bright and early at 6.
Zabe and Butch, weekday mornings after 6 on The Game. Broadcasting live from the all-new Iron Jock Studios built by Rima Remodel. This is Drew and KB.
Do me a favor, all right? Don't be too critical.
On The Game.
Drew and KB hanging out with you on this Hot Take Hump Day in the Good Land. Send us your hot takes. 877-794-1973. We'll even entertain. You got someone that you want to nominate for Living the High Life. Champagne of beers, personal favorite. Hit us up with that as well. We've been telling you about the tailgate party coming up, Brew-A-Palooza. Can't wait. June 13th. It's Friday the 13th. It's going to be our lucky day because the game and Potawatomi Sportsbook, Left's Lucky Town, Revere's in Delafield, and the Hot House Tavern joining forces for the best tailgate party that AmFam Field will see this summer. Brewers Cardinals. First pitch is 7:10. Tailgate starts at 4:00 in the parking lot at American Family Field. Our friends at Lefts, Revere's, Hot House, they're taking care of the burgers, brats, hot dogs, chicken, and all the sides, chips, all that stuff, and the beer and the seltzers. And we got the tickets, and it's $45. That is right, $45. You can't beat that deal. Get a game ticket, the tailgate. You get to look at us in our trailer doing a live broadcast from 3 to 6. Well, they'll be able to see us from 4 to 6 when the parking lot's open. But we welcome one and all. The tickets are going really fast for this event, but we highly encourage you to get them now at 973thegame.com/brewers. 973thegame.com/brewers. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll say it every day until June 13th. This is, if you've been to Nooner Day in the past, this is Nooner Day 2.0. This is the evolution. We wanted to make Nooner Day bigger, more inclusive, and moving it to a night game on a Friday opens it up for people north of the wall. I want to see people from Eau Claire there. I want to see people from Wausau, Rhinelander, Eric, the superintendent. Let's see you come on rolling down. We want to see people from all of our markets. Everybody's invited, but you got to get a ticket now at 973thegame.com/brewers. Friday night, make it your weekend around it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if I'm not mistaken, there's a big contingent of people heading over to the Potawatomi Sportsbook after and going to be hanging out there and having some fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get yourself to this tailgate party, $45 for a ticket. It's a great deal. Bring your friends, bring a lot of people, tell your friends. If you can't make it, we understand, but damn, we want to see you there. I've been to a couple of the Nooner Days in the past. Always fun. This one is going to be even more so. So check it out. 973thegame.com/brewers. That music means it's time for us to catch up with our buddy, Paul Wagner, former big leaguer, friend of the program, the Wizard of Washington County, Baron of the Barley Pop, and of course, the Jester of Johnny Manhattan.
Jester of Johnny Manhattans.
Wags, how you doing
Sultan
today?
of Sloppy Joes.
What a screaming deal that is. June 13th. I wish I could be there. Red Hot told me all about it. I can't make it. I'm out of town, but what a deal. That's outstanding.
It is. And I thought of you. I'm like, oh, I wonder if Wags can come in like, oh, yeah, he's got this little pitching coach job with the Dock Hounds, and they're going to be playing a game that night. So
call in sick.
Doesn't it
Where
suck?
are you?
Like, you got to admit, being a pitching coach or doing radio shows and stuff, we got pretty cool jobs. But when it gets in the way of something you want to do, it's like, oh, crap.
This sucks.
This sucks.
We got to talk for 3 hours.
This is terrible.
Oh, my God.
This blows.
Like tomorrow, we're going to be at Kristen Yelich's charity foundation.
We got to
VIP
talk there,
event,
too.
and we got to work. You know, it's like, oh, it'd be great to be here if we weren't working. We were at the Super Bowl for a week. You're like, how cool would that have been if we didn't have to do this job?
I know.
every day? Oh, anyway.
They just won't send us to places
I
without
love it.
making us do stuff.
I can hear all the tiny violins playing for us.
Right.
All right. So, Wags, we got to talk Jose Quintana. I was in Arizona. I was at his debut on Friday night at Chase Field, and he was spectacular. Little shaky today, but still effective. And I got to say, I've seen guys like this, and the Brewers have tried to take a flyer on guys, veteran guys. They rolled the dice. It looks like he's going to be a bargain for $4.25 million. My question to you, Wags, is how's he doing it? He's not the same pitcher he was 10 years ago when he was giving the Brewers routine Rawlings enemas every time he faced them. What's the deal?
Well, and you know what? He did well. He did okay last year for the Mets. And New York saw it. We saw it. We prepared for him. He pitched in the playoffs. Well, you know him. I think with the biggest thing, and I don't know exactly how many pitches he threw in that first game, but I know today he threw. I think if you keep him at that 15 out mark, 100 pitches, he can get you 5. Remember the flyer we took on that old Atlanta Brave guy last year? I forget his name. I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. He was a big Atlanta prospect for many, many years, and we threw him in there. But if you can control a veteran like that who knows what he's capable of doing, and you as a coaching staff know, you can get – Murph will be able to get 15 outs out of him every 5 days, and that's huge.
There's just something about – I mean, I watched that first game. He showed no signs of being nervous or anyway. He's been through it all. He's seen it all. And stuff wise, he's painting, and having a guy like that to watch, Wags, doesn't that help younger guys just watch the way you approach guys and the way, I think of him being kind of like a Wade Miley in that he might give up 3 runs in the first inning and still get you into the 6th, right? He's not going to melt down and buckle. I just love watching guys like that go to work.
Right. But then you look at it, it's kind of like a double-edged sword or a two-way mirror, whatever you want to say it, because a guy like that coming up right now in the minor leagues won't probably, I shouldn't say won't or never, those are harsh words, but probably won't get the chance compared to the guy that's blowing 95 to 98. But a guy who's been there and done that has the ability. Then you look at him and you go, he's the crafty veteran. There's no crafty rookies. You have to be a blowhard rookie, but you can be a crafty veteran, and that's kind of the role he's taken. Sort of like you said, Wade Miley. These guys that know how to pitch, have learned how to pitch, have lost a little bit in their arsenal, but they still can play the game and be competitive. And that's kind of where you fill your holes in the back end, or injuries come and it's a late season spring training signee like he was.
Okay, we're talking to Paul Wagner here, and you mentioned rookies, so I have to ask about Quinn Priester, who I'm sure after his first couple of outings, the Braves and Pirates are like, why'd we let this guy go? We talked about when he arrived, we're like, oh, let's just let Chris Hook and Jim Henderson cook and let them, teach the guy something. And lo and behold, he looked really good last night.
He did. And when it first came out, when we were in there talking about it, I still think, don't get me wrong, I still think the price tag was a little hefty. If it becomes our outfield prospect, that 33rd pick, cash, and a player to be named later, I still think that's large. But the way he throws and the way I looked at his analytics, and when you look at it, and I'm not a very big analytic, analytic guy, but he throws consistently, he throws sinkers and sliders, he misses barrels. And the big thing that I saw in the data was that bats hit the top of the ball like 95%, something stupid, not that high, but it was something stupid where everything a guy swings at, it's below that IVB. It's not a 20, it's not an 18, so they're not swinging under the ball. It's like a 5 or a 6 where they're swinging over the ball, which in turn means you're cutting that ball in half and driving it into the ground. He's a ground ball pitcher. I talked about it that first time, and go and behold, the first run he gives up as a Brewer is a home run. But no, his analytics play well, and I got to believe that's what the Brewers saw. Boston's loss, I know they had 2 guys that were good. I know he picked up a little bit of velo, but before he was a 92 to 93 guy. He's an Illinois kid. I watched him in 2018 when he was coming out of high school. But what a steal. If he can continue this and continue to, be consistent with that analytic data that they have on him, this could be a find. This could be a big find.
I think, Wags, you'll be watching him extra close because he's wearing your old Brewers number, 46. Now, he made his debut on Jackie Robinson Day, and that's going to be a great trivia question because you remember Kyle Peterson, who pitched for the Brewers, right?
Yes.
He was a number 1 pick. I covered his first big league game, and it was on throwback night, and he wore a Seattle Pilots uniform. So he debuted in the big leagues in a uniform of a team that doesn't even exist, that only existed for 1 year. And that was a great trivia question. Is like, what uniform did Kyle Peterson wear for his big league debut? Oh, Brewers. No, Seattle Pilots.
Seattle Pilots.
Oh, man.
So Priester's now going from 42 to 46.
If he could think about it, he could have been a trivia question. Who was the last pitcher to throw a no-hitter wearing the number 42?
Oh.
That would
probably like, he wants to keep that 42. He's like, do I really have to put that 46 back on? I know Wagner wore that.
I know. Wags, I don't know if you know this, but since I've been going to Milwaukee weight loss, I've gone from a 46 jacket to a 42. So I'm pretty happy about that. You see how I did that, Wags? You see how I slid that in there?
So seamless.
Genius.
You went from a 46 to a 42, and I went to a 52. I know where it all went. Right to me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what happens. So that's a good question, Wags, because you're coming up on the season. The Dock Hounds will be gathering. You fire up in early May. And I'm wondering, because, I remember talking at Stormy Weathers and some of your contemporaries, and they were always like, well, yeah, it's hard not to put on weight as a reliever. During the season, he would put on weight because you're eating late at night. You have bad habits. You might have a couple of pops after games and things like that. What's it like for coaches? Is it you come into the season in shape, or do you get in shape during the season because you're, actually running around and, watching bullpens and throwing BP and stuff?
I think you come into camp out of shape, and then when you get your measurements, you always add about 2 inches onto everything, just so that by All-Star break you can fit into it. But it's funny, you're right. Pitchers seem to gain weight during the season, and position players lose weight. So
sure.
Again,
And then
now you see what happened.
and then there's Don Zimmer.
Well, yeah.
You know,
And that's why all coaches now, they just wear the pullovers to hide the boiler, right? They all wear the
Milwaukee goiter.
You never see them in a jersey. It's always a hoodie of some kind, a short sleeve pullover, some kind of, got to hide that boiler.
You know,
That's
I was
amazing.
watching the game today, and I thought this was kind of cool. And they showed Woody in the dugout, right? And he's got the pullover on and the hat, and I'm like, he's not going to play, but that's got to be great to go to work and then just be able to slip into comfortable clothes. hang out for a day, put a pull, and then you got to go home. I like that. I like that idea. Just get something loose fitting.
We dress comfortably.
Yeah, then you can go up to the clubhouse, and instead of getting an energy drink or a power drink or a smoothie to shake up in your Stanley or something, you can go up there and get a Tito's and vodka, and nobody even knows.
No one would know.
Outstanding.
Old Jimmy Leland school.
Oh,
dear God.
Outstanding. Wags, thank you for joining us. I'm sure you'll be listening because Timmy Allen's got the full-on baseball postgame show breaking down this game and the series against Detroit. Man, what a comeback by the Brewers to win this series after getting scoobled on Monday night. That's a pretty good turnaround right there.
Exactly. One thing I did want to bring up, did you see that? Did you catch that one fast fact? Sal Frelick's home run, the first home run that he's hit since May of last year.
Wow.
Well,
yeah, I wouldn't
counting the postseason. I was going to say he hit one in the postseason. That was
not the postseason.
Yeah, but okay.
Regular season. I meant regular season. His last regular season. So I think he had 2 last year, and I think the last one he hit was in May.
Wild.
Holy cow.
It's wild.
Hunter, check that up. Check that up.
Check that right, though. I think you're
Hunter's our go-to guy on that. Thanks, Wags. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Wags.
All right, boys. Have a good one. KB, be good.
All right.
Yes. All right, we're getting close to opening the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. That's at 5 o'clock. We'll have drinks and a chance for you to win a Pep's Ultimate Draft Tailgate Package from Pep's Draft House Pizza. Stay tuned for that. And we'll also have a pair of wristbands for the Harley Homecoming coming up this summer. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Should have you on a knee, can I marry you? And tonight is bottoms up.
The draft is finally here. Join the fun just steps away from the stage at Buffalo Wild Wings on Oneida Street for the ultimate draft party. Stop in all 3 days and enjoy the fun under the tent. Friday, test your skills in the ultimate cornhole tournament at 3 p.m. Every day during the draft, the doors open at 9 a.m. Make sure to see the mock draft stage and get your picture taken at the podium like you're at the draft live. Chances to win great prizes every day. Meet Green and Gold legend and Hall of Fame player Leroy Butler live on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Try your skill at the Leap Wall. Great drink specials at just $9. Ice cold beer specials all week. Watch the live radio row with multiple stations broadcasting live all day. Join the game's Drew and KB during their show, Tuesday through Friday starting at 3 p.m. That's the draft event at Buffalo Wild Wings on Oneida Street. It's open to all ages. Don't miss it.
Your less than truckload freight deserves full professional attention. Turn to Packer Freight for big-time logistics expertise on even the smallest of freights. Whether shipping a single pallet or multiple skids, Packer Freight uses advanced systems to analyze your costs and transit times across the country so your LTL moves smarter, faster, and more effectively. Bottom line, never pay too much for LTL freight that spends too long in transit. PackerFreight.com. Born of grit, built for freight.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Take 5 Oil Change.
The Brewers picked up a 5-1 win over Detroit this afternoon. Christian Yelich with his 4th home run of the season. Wisconsin is losing wide receiver Mark Hamper to the transfer portal. He just joined the Badgers ahead of spring practice after starring at Idaho. And British tennis player Harriet Dart is under fire for asking the umpire to make her opponent put on deodorant during a match in France today. I'm Frank Garrity.
At Take 5 Oil Change, they get it. Time is precious. That's why they make getting your oil change fast, friendly, and simple. You'll be back on the road in just 10 minutes. Book ahead or drive in. It's fast either way. Take 5 Oil Change. The stay in your car, 10-minute oil change.
Another morning, another battle with the snooze button. You drag through your day, chugging coffee and energy drinks just to function, and by 4 o'clock, you're crashing hard. Workouts skipped. Family time, you're just too tired. Drew Wilson here to tell you that the hours between 6 and 10 o'clock at night should be yours to work out, play with the kids, and live your life, not just survive it. If low energy, bad sleep, and afternoon slumps are slowing you down, it's time to check your testosterone. As men get older, testosterone levels naturally decline. You might not notice it at first or even feel a difference at all, but it can impact your performance in the conference room at work, the weight room at the gym, and even the bedroom. When people ask, how are you doing? And you reply, fine, I guess. You need to set up an appointment with Game Day Men's Health and change that answer to awesome. At Game Day Men's Health, they make it simple. Fast T-level testing, effective in-office treatments. With multiple area locations, there's probably one near you. No waiting, no hassle, just real results. Don't waste another night on the couch. Take back your life with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free T-level test today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get back in the game.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
KB here. Miss Sue and I couldn't be happier with CertaPro painters. They were highly professional and they transformed our home's exterior with a flawless finish. The attention to detail and quality were top-notch. I highly recommend CertaPro painters for any painting project you have. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business and learn about their spring sales event going on through May 15th, go to CertaPro.com. That's CertaWithAC.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose CertaPro painters.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
KB here to tell you about one of the best decisions I ever made, going to Milwaukee Weight Loss. With their program, I'm in the best shape I've been in for years, and I did it without injections, drugs, or prepackaged meals. It changed my life. It will change yours too.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-433-4008 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More, the place to go for sipping rosés with seltzers on ice, making margaritas with your favorite tequilas. It's warm out, let's go. Our prices are low on spirits, beer, and wine. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
At Lowe's, pros save big on the supplies you need to get the job done. With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards program, get member-only deals every week and access to free standard shipping. Plus, members earn points toward exclusive rewards. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. Program subject to terms and conditions. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
97.3 The Game.
Drew and KB bringing it to you from the Iron Jock Studio, soon to transform into the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Sounds. It's magic how that happens every day at 5 o'clock. Got a website for you to check out, and that would be NBWest The letter NB West PAC. New Berlin West Performing Arts Center, NB West PAC, or you can just Google West Performing Arts Center. However you get there, you'll find out that Drew and KB Live is going to be held on May 22nd, the Thursday before Memorial Day. Sports and Stuff Live, featuring a performance by our buddy Dobie Maxwell, whose Dry Bar Comedy special is out, available for you to see now, drybarcomedy.com. Check that out. But it's $9.73. We'll be sharing some of the proceeds with Music Success, which is kind of a spawn of Guitars for Vets, and our buddy Patrick Nettersheim. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be like watching a live show, only in a theater and not listening on the radio. See it in person. We encourage everybody to get tickets at nbwestpac.com. You can find it on our socials as well. We'll be putting that out just about every day. Sports and Stuff Live, featuring Dobie Maxwell. It's going to be a blast. We hope to see you there. And we hope to see you in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge, which opens next. Drew and KB.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. The Milwaukee Brewers had their rubber match against the Detroit Tigers this afternoon. With the report on the game, here's Hunter Baumgart.
Yes, Dave, it was another strong outing from Jose Quintana. He goes 5 2/3, allows just one earned run. The Brewers get home runs from Yelich, Hoskins, and Frelick, and they beat the Tigers 5-1 this afternoon at American Family Field. Milwaukee takes the series. They have an off day tomorrow before hosting the A's this weekend.
Thank you, Hunter. Also, the Brewers announced today that Brandon Woodruff's next rehab start will be in the Fox Valley with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers on Friday night as he gets closer to returning to the Brewers. Woodruff's timeline still has him targeting a mid-May return. I'm Dave Gasper on your home for the NFL Draft, 97.3 The Game.
An event so big, it'll feel like a family reunion.
You gotta love it. We got everybody. Woo-woo!
Friday, June 13th. Join us at AmBam Field for Brewers and Cardinals in Left's Lucky Town epic pregame tailgate. Get your tickets now at 973thegame.com/Brewers. Brewapalooza is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Cruising Wauwatosa with an accident at Burleigh and Mayfair. Earlier accident, 894 eastbound over at 84th has cleared out of the way. 35 minutes, 43 southbound Brown Deer to the Marquette. Delays from Capitol. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
KB here with Tom Gilman from G2 Insurance. Hey, Tom, it's been a little while.
Yeah, thanks, KB. The insurance industry is kind of a mess right now, and we've been a little crazy the last few years.
Are you talking about things like the California fire?
Hello, smart and good-looking listeners across Wisconsin. Drew and KB's Timeout Sports Lounge is now open. So grab a bar stool and belly up because it's time to knock a few back with your host, Drew and KB.
So basically you have Jim, Jack, Johnny Red, Johnny Black, and Jose, all my favorite men.
Time for drinking, bud.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies. Toilet wine is a big thing in there, and people get their drink on.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
I don't know what inferior swill this is, but I ordered a Lagavulin.
Set them up and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. 1-1.
We hope there isn't a single fan who is having a problem with the two-fisted slopper.
Drink. The king commands it.
They took the bar! The whole bar!
Medium dry martini, lemon peel, shaken, not stirred.
By the powers vested in us, we declare happy hour is here in the good land. It's underway, and we're happy you're hanging out with us, Drew and KB. The Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge is open. Welcome in. Grab a bar stool. Sit down. Have a cold drink. I'm Drew, co-proprietor of this establishment, along with KB.
Yeah, brother man.
Yes,
sorry.
indeed. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry I vegged out for a
You're in a
second.
trance?
Yeah, I was.
The customers are rolling in. We got to serve drinks.
I know
What
it.
the
I know
hell's
it.
the
I
matter
know
with
it. I know it.
Did you not meditate
Sorry.
today?
No, I didn't. I got here
That's
late, so
why
I
you're
didn't
off.
meditate. So now at 5 o'clock, I'm totally off. Anyway, we got a great drink today. It is called the High Roller.
Okay.
High Roller. We're going to go with the standard issue vodka. We're going to get a little taste of orange in there with some Grand Marnier. I've got some grenadine left over from making azaleas. And we're going to use that, and we're going to throw some orange juice in there. Hey, High Roller, here we go.
All right.
It's all yours.
High Rollers, the drink of the day. Hunter Baumgart is our tour guide for Tavern Tour around the state. We like to hit all different spots. The divier, the better. Hunter, where are we going today?
We're going to Hancock, Wisconsin, which is right kind of in the middle of Wisconsin, right around Wisconsin Rapids, to Sneaky Pete's Bar and Grill. Find new friends and meet old ones right on the main drag in Hancock. It is Main Street there. Again, Sneaky Pete's Bar and Grill, and lunch on Monday was hot beef with mashed potatoes and coleslaw. Can't beat it.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feast at any time of year.
You bet.
You know what else is a feast?
What?
Pep's Draft House Pizza.
Damn right it is.
Oh, baby. Pep's Draft House is so good. PepsDraftHouse.com is the website. They have all the varieties, all the toppings, and they are hearty and delicious. We encourage you to go to your grocer's freezer and check them out. They're going to be a presenting sponsor of our coverage of the draft coming up next week.
Oh,
and we will be firing some Pep's Draft House pizzas into the oven.
How many Pep's pizzas do you think we'll have at that house?
Well, a freezer full for sure.
Without a doubt.
It's going to be awesome. Looking
They sell them in
forward to it.
stores, so when we run out, which I doubt because they're so big and hearty.
Turn your house into a draft house. We love the fact that we've turned a lot of people on who have never had a Pep's Draft House pizza, heard us talk about it. They fired it up and they say, oh, this is awesome. Now I see what you guys like. Of course, we love them. You will as well, Pep's Draft House. They are also kind enough to give us some tailgate packages to give away. You can win yourself a tailgate package by answering our Pep's Draft House NFL Draft trivia question today. And if you win, if you get the answer right today, you will be entered for the drawing on Friday for the cooler, the just the swag. It's you get an awesome cooler, you get some koozies, you get some Pep's Draft House coupons, and it's a plug and play tailgate package for you. And if you don't win that main prize, you're still in the mix, because when the draft is over, we're going to pick a winner that's going to win Pep's Draft House pizza for a year. So that is a fantastic prize. Thanks to our friends at Pep's Draft House Pizza. Time for our trivia question. 877-794-1973 gets you in. I have got the question today, and I don't think it's going to be a stumper, but it very well could. I think everybody is aware that Jordan Love was the Packers' #1 first-round draft pick in 2020. I think that's common knowledge, right, KB?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the drafts since then, in the 4 drafts since then, the Packers have taken 2 other quarterbacks. I need to know the names of those 2 quarterbacks that were drafted after Jordan Love. 877-794-1973. 877-794-1973. That's 877-794-1973. They didn't really draft anybody in advance there because they knew they had Love as the backup. And they had this other guy that wore number 12. I forget his name. But you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking
877-794-1973. Who were the quarterbacks the Packers drafted after taking Jordan Love with their first pick, the 26th overall in 2020? All right. Our first contestant for the Peps Ultimate Draft Package, the tailgate package, is Dan in West Bend. Dan in the WB. Welcome to Drew and KB. Welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge.
How's it going, guys?
It's going awesome. We're having a great day today. We're looking forward to tomorrow and broadcasting at the St. Kate. But right now, we want to see if you have what it takes to win this Peps Ultimate Draft tailgate package. Dan in West Bend, can you tell me the two quarterbacks that the Packers drafted after Jordan Love?
Chico Escuela.
Chico Escuela is not even in the ballpark. Thank you, Dan in West Bend. This is one of those that I didn't think would be a stumper, KB, but it very well could be. We have Jimbo online too. Jimbo, welcome to Drew and KB. Welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge.
Hey, guys.
All right, Jimbo, can you tell us who were the two quarterbacks the Packers have drafted since taking Jordan Love in 2020?
Clifford is one.
And the other?
Damn it. The guy from New Orleans. Shit. I can't remember his name.
Oh, sorry. Can't win the prize. All right. We've got Mike calling us in a car. Mike, welcome to Drew and KB.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're fantastic. Can you tell us the two quarterbacks that were drafted since Jordan Love?
Oh, shoot. All right. So it was since Jordan Love. So you got...
Think about the preseason. I didn't think it would be this rough.
Yeah, so was it...
in 5, in 4.
So, okay, so it's Malik. It wasn't Willis, but it was
and
Clifford.
And?
Right?
And
so you got Clifford.
And?
Shoot, his name is Daniel.
No, it is not Daniel. 877-794-1973. Let's go to Kyle in Fort Atkinson. Kyle, welcome to Drew and KB. Welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I know the answers. Pretty sure.
You're pretty sure you know the answers. Let's have it.
I'm pretty sure. I got Sean Clifford.
Yes.
And then Michael Pratt.
How soon they forget Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt. You, sir, are correct. You are entered. You're today's qualifier to be entered for the Peps Draft House tailgate package. Oh, baby. We wish you good luck. Can you hang on the line so Hunter can get some information? And you'll find out on Friday if you've won the prize. And then after the draft, if you don't win the prize this week, you're entered for Pep's Draft House Pizza for a year. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That was a bit of a slog.
It was.
Take that long. People don't remember. You watch them in the preseason. I am of the opinion, and I could be, this could completely be looking at the world through green and gold lenses, and it could be complete homer bias. But I'm of the opinion that people in Green Bay, where we've been spoiled by 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback play, people in Green Bay fixate more on the backup quarterback position than any other market in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Even markets where there's crappy starters, it seems like forever people have fixated. It doesn't matter whether it was Rodgers or whether it was Favre. Now that's Love. People just, it's almost an obsession with who the backup is going to be. Now, people are comfortable now with Malik Willis.
And they generally get traded.
Because Malik Willis was good last year when he was pressed into duty, especially given, that he came in on the fly. Kind of a remarkable season for him. And this might be his last season, and then we'll go back to fixating on who the backup is. But maybe I'm crazy. And if I am, feel free to tell me on the talking text line. I hear it all the time. But 877-794-1973 will get you in. That it just seems to me that it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We always obsess about it. Then again, the level of detail, the excruciating minutia that Packers fans focus on. I mean, the long snapper. Like other markets, people don't care about backup linebackers. Packers fans are cut from a different cloth than many. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It depends on how the team is doing.
Well, you know what it is. I mean, the Packers fans are like Cardinals fans in a way where it's like more knowledgeable about the sport, you know, and more involved from a deeper type of fan, if you will.
That's what I'm saying. And I guess that lends itself because, and there's a lot of times too, when you see assistant coaches, when they let them go to the podium and stuff, and especially during camp and when guys are new to Green Bay, they're like, oh, you guys noticed that? You saw that? Like they see, and it's the eagle eyes of the Schneidmans and Domofskis and Pete Doherty's and all the guys on the sideline that are covering the team that see stuff and bring it up. And coaches are the level of detail. There are a lot of people, and there's a common perception that, oh, Green Bay is a small market and everybody up there cheers for the back. No, they cover the team as good as any team. That media core that we have is as good as any team. Their media base and the information, you know, Packers do a good job of squashing stuff when they can. And there's not a lot of scoopage in terms of, signings and the blockbuster stuff, but that's all broken by national guys. But the day-to-day, those guys, they earn their pay. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that because a lot of them are my friends. I'm saying that because that's just how it is. The draft, we've been telling you that the draft next week at this time, we'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings on Oneida Street. Can't wait for that. If you're going to attend the draft, and you heard it earlier today on the program, you've got to download the NFL One Pass app. Go to the App Store. Do it today. This is not one of those things where you want to, I'm just going to do it when we're pulling in to the draft. Wherever you're going to park, you don't want to pull in everything you need to know about the draft, including and just getting into the campus there. You have to have the NFL One Pass app or go online at NFL.com/draft access. But you'll find the schedule, including meet and greets, autographs. You'll find event maps, parking and transportation information, security, entry procedures. By the way, that clear bag policy is in effect. So just be sure and just download the One Pass app. Do it. Take you 2 minutes. We did it at the Super Bowl. I still have the app. I don't see why I would take it off my phone because there's always information there that can help you with NFL's marquee events. All right. We have another order of business for you. We have a pair of wristbands to give away to the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival in Milwaukee. It's running July 10th through the 13th. Veterans Park is the concert center of it, but all the dealerships are having events. There's events all over the place. Always are. It's a great party. Those Harley people like to party. And the performances by Chris Stapleton and Hank Williams Jr., along with Turnpike Troubadours, Treaty Oak Revival, and other bands will be spectacular. We have a pair of GA wristbands to get you into the concerts both days for the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival. You can buy tickets at hdhomecoming.com, but you can win the wristbands right here, 877-794-1973. KB, you want to play a game for this? What should we do?
I suppose. Let's play a game.
All right.
We're going to play a game. We're going to play a game that is one of the favorite games that of our fans, of our listeners, our smart and good-looking listeners. And we're going to play a game of What Color Are My Pants?
What color are KB's pants?
Where you call in, you try and guess the color of my pants. And if you guess the color of my pants, you're going to win a prize.
877-794-1973.
Think you're going to be able to go to our live stream on the YouTube channel, Twitter, or Facebook and see because I'm sitting down. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. You won't get any clues. All right, 877-794-1973. We've got Jerry in Wausau opening the bidding. Jerry, welcome to Drew and KB.
Hey, thanks.
All right, Jerry, we're in the Timeout Sports Lounge. You can't see KB, but can you tell us what color his pants are?
Well, his pants are blue.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have blue pants.
Sorry, not blue. We go to the next caller. This would be Mark in North Lake. Mark, welcome to the Central Standard Timeout Sports Lounge.
What's up, fellas? Hey, Jerry.
All right, turn down the radio. We got to ask you, what color are KB's pants? These are for the Harley-Davidson Homecoming wristbands.
Go with khaki?
No, sorry, not khaki.
Incorrect. Good guess, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is the dumbest game other than Guess My Suit
it is
ever played. Doug in Racine wants to play, though, because he wants to go to the Harley-Davidson Homecoming. Doug, welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge. Turn the radio down. Doug, listen to us. Doug. All right, Doug.
Hello?
Hi, Doug. Doug.
Yep, it's Don.
Oh, Don. Okay, well, that's an error on Hunter then. Don and Racine. Don.
It's my fault.
Okay. What color are KB's pants?
I'd say black.
You are correct. I'm wearing black joggers.
As it turns out, black, one of the colors of Harley Davidson, black and orange. KB doesn't have orange joggers. He's got black joggers on. All right, Don and Racine. That's right, or is it Doug?
Yes,
Don and Racine.
Don.
You are a winner, man. That was a great recovery. That's the best recovery we've seen since Jose Quintana getting out of the first inning today. Very well done on your part. You, sir, have won a pair of wristbands to see the Harley Davidson homecoming coming up in the second week of July at Veterans Park. Good for you, my man. I hope you both enjoy both nights. Hang on the line so Hunter can get your information. People really win in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. You win by going to thecentralstandard.com. Learn about those delicious spirits crafted together by Evan and Pat and the crew. The Craft House and Kitchen doing booming business with all the stuff going on in Milwaukee. I bet there will be some people that are in town for the draft that wander in, especially bourbon aficionados. And they're like, where can we get good bourbon in? Well, let's go to Central Standard. And that's where I'll tell people to go. Great food, great atmosphere, hopefully nice weather for the rooftop. But you can go up there now. If it's sunny out, it's not horrible to be outside and be on a rooftop and have a cocktail. So check out our guys at the Craft House and Kitchen. Check out all the delicious spirits. We highly love the ready to pour line, especially if you're tailgating for the draft. Get yourself some canned old fashions, the collaboration with Line and Kugel. That is epic and awesome. And the Rocket Pop comes in cans now. I mean, what will they innovate next?
I don't know, but it'll be brilliant and
Door
delicious.
County Cherry Vodka is like the universal drink of summer. It goes with just about everything. You can kick it up with your own lemonade or Sprite or both, and just use that as a base. Gives you that pink hue to your drink.
A pinkish hue.
Yeah, a pinkish hue.
A rosy glow.
Yeah, we love it. All right, 877-794-1973 to the NicoletLaw.com talk and tech line. Somebody, KB, you can't say anything without getting somebody pissed off.
What did I do?
You compared Packers fans to Cardinals fans.
Oh, you know what?
And a burner phone in the 262. Don't you dare compare us to Cardinals fans. It's a compliment. Cardinals fans are referred to, and sometimes jokingly, as the best fans in baseball. But you know what? Even they have their limits, because you've seen the crowds at Busch Stadium.
Well, right.
That is
But
unbelievable.
I'm saying
to
that
see that. But you're saying the depth of their knowledge.
That is exactly what I'm saying, and it's the same as Packer fans. You will have Cardinals fans. You'll have women that know, that are like Miss Sue, right? That will know pitchers and know things, but it's just common knowledge to them. You will have female Packer fans who know a lot about the running game. That's the point I'm trying to make. As knowledgeable as the most knowledgeable baseball fans. I'm not saying you act like Cardinals fans.
No.
But you know what? That's the thing, though. You can't say jack squat without someone.
I do have to give a tip of our cap, even though neither one of us is wearing a cap today. But I will tip our proverbial cap to the many people on the talk and text line, which sometimes we call the Department of Corrections, who screamed at us when Paul Wagner was looking for the veteran pitcher who the Brewers got that had been with the Braves, Julio Teheran.
Yep.
How soon we forget. Hunter, you didn't even have that at your disposal.
No.
We forgot about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And people forgot just as people forgot about Michael Pratt and Sean Clifford.
Yeah.
They forgot about Julio Teheran. I couldn't even think of it either, because when Wag said that, a guy who pitched for the Brewers and the Braves, well, there's a lot of guys that have pitched for the Brewers and Braves. Surprisingly, it's a long list of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
As obscure as Everett Stull into Julio Teheran. So thank you to everybody. We appreciate that. And by the way, I have texted Wags to tell him, because when you're trying to think of a name and you get blocked, and you kind of you might be able to put it out of your mind, but then in the middle of the night when you're staring at the ceiling before drifting off into a happy place hemp aided slumber, it would have bugged him. So thank you to everybody who screamed that at us, and a lot of it was in all caps, so they were screaming, but it was Julio Teheran. The classic. Speaking of the Brewers, great victory for them to recover and win the series against the Tigers. And KB, you brought it up too. It's just going to be one of those seasons.
You're going to go through weekends
they're going to get blown out, because they're going to get blown out. They're going to be inconsistent because they're still pretty young. They're going to have good stretches, bad stretches, but I'm convinced that they're going to scrap. And just when people count them out and say they suck and it's over and it's going to be a brutal summer, They rise up and win the back end of a series against a good team like the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
No shame in the game. Okay, so they lost 3 games in a row, and they were facing Corbin Burns, Zach Gallen, and Tarek Skubal. I mean, if you win one of those, that's a moral victory, I would say, right? And I'm not saying the Brewers can't compete with the best pitchers, but those are the guys that are supposed to pitch well. And the Brewers coming back and winning that series, and the fact that they're 7-3 at home that's a good trend. Now they just got to pick it up on the road a little bit. They started to see the guys in the middle of the order hit today, which has been much needed. All of this ground and all things Brewers will be covered on the baseball postgame show, which is firing up right after our program. That will be on in Milwaukee. Is that on in Madison too, Hunter?
I don't believe so, but
All
you
right,
can listen on the iHeartRadio app.
97.3 The Game, and get the iHeartRadio app if you want your Brewers fix with Tim and the Polish Pipe Bomb, Jeff Orlowski. That will be, there's plenty of good to dig through today. And Quintana was good for the second game in a row. He's 2-0 as a Brewer, so be sure and listen to those guys. All right, keep them coming at 877-794-1973. Alex hits us and said 10-9 is pretty good compared to what they used to be a long time ago. You mean like 0-4? Is that what we're talking about? At what point do we completely block out and forget that opening weekend in the Bronx? At what point are we past that? Do we have to wait till May? What's the statute of limitations for forgetting about that?
Yeah, we might have to wait a little longer than that. I don't know. I mean, it's still playing a role in it just because, Murph brought it up 2 nights ago talking about how many blowouts they've had, 4 in the first 17 games. And
all right, but in their 10 victories, how many runs have they given up? Like 10, I think.
10
runs allowed in 10 victories.
Their ERA and their wins is
and
1.
4 shutouts.
Yeah.
Out of 10 victories.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, well, they're getting blown out or shutting people out. There's no happy medium. That's why this team is going to be hard to predict. And all due respect to Billy and Armin trying to throw the Brewers into the parlay of the day, that's folly because you just don't know at this point. Maybe you'll have I always say wait till Memorial Day, but maybe we'll have a better handle on who these guys are and what they're capable of. But at this point, man, trying to predict what the Brewers do.
It's so up and down.
After Monday, I thought, well, they're going to lose these next 2, and the Tigers are going to get out of here with a sweep, and then it's going to be like, ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Soul searching time. Mm-hmm. And they won. And not only did they win the games, to your point, Hunter, they shut them out, and they won. So they won the series after losing the opener and getting blown out.
9-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they won 10-1 in the next 2 games by a combined score of 10-1.
It's very up and down right now.
That's what it's going to be. I think we're buckled up for that all season.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make it an interesting season to follow.
Yeah.
All I know is Tim and Pipe Bomb, man, with their core and their hardcore
roller
listeners,
coaster,
they're going to be riding it this year.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of times when fans watch the Brewers and they turn into their own, it'll be their own miniature scaled down version of Cato Kalin reaction. Vomit, puke, fireball. And then it's going to be like, I didn't check in on Cato's social feeds today, but he's got to be pretty happy. The Brewers won two games going into an off day. All right, yeah, so a reminder that tomorrow we'll be broadcasting live from the St. Kate Hotel in downtown Milwaukee. We're going to be at the VIP event. Adam Pawlak's going to be there. He kind of helped us get in. We'll have a bunch of special guests on, and we'll be talking to the folks surrounding Christian Yelich's home plate charity event. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast. Goo Goo Dolls, Nicotine Dolls, Charlie Barons, a bunch of Brewers. It's going to be a fun event. And you will hear it. You'll hear us tomorrow live from that event. And Shanna Quinn will be back tomorrow. Coming up next, we're going to talk a little puck. The Admirals are in the home stretch of their season, driving for the playoffs. And we will talk to El Jefe, Jon Greenberg. He is the president of the Milwaukee Admirals, friend of the program. He's coming up next. We're in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. You got Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Ready? You want to do this? The NFL draft is officially open. The Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL draft.
Stay with the game for the most in-depth draft coverage.
If we find the right players that we think compete and add to our team, we'll certainly do it.
Draft coverage on the game is presented by Pep's Draft House Pizza. Take it to the house with Pep's Draft House.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Jam northbound 4145 from Blue Mound up to Burleigh. Southbound delays from Appleton to Burleigh. Northbound on 43, stopping and going from Highland to Kiev. Southbound is a mess. Capital to the Marquette. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Hupy and Abraham. The winner, it's free guarantee. Hupy.com.
If you want all the money you deserve, remember the name Hupy and Abraham.
I would give them a lot of stars.
More than a 5-star rating if it was possible.
If I could, I would give them 6.
Call Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678, or go to Hupy.com right now.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Adam Pawlak here. Wednesday afternoons, I'm living the high life with Drew and KB. Thanks to my friends at Miller High Life. The champagne of beers, always flavorful, always refreshing. So join us, raise that bottle, and welcome to the high life.
Calling all Costco members and deal lovers. Ready to elevate your odor fighting game? Find Old Spice Swagger deodorant at Costco and unleash 24/7 freshness when used daily. Old Spice Swagger isn't just any deodorant, it's the #1 aluminum-free deodorant brand, providing long-lasting scent and 24/7 odor protection when used daily. You'll smell so good, you might just attract a fan club. Don't wait! Grab your 4-pack of Swagger deodorant at Costco now, because freshness is mandatory.
Hey, it's Drew Olson, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It has been a game changer. And thanks to the Reamer Remodel team, RIEMER remodel.com.
People can't stop screaming about Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. And no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's frozen aisle and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screaming is about.
KB here to tell you about the amazing job CertaPro Painters did on our home's exterior. The crew was professional, on time, paid attention to every detail, and now our house looks brand new. The quality, chef's kiss. If you need painting done right, call CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business and learn about their spring sales event going on through May 15th, go to CertaPro.com. That's CertaWithAC.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Hey, it's Billy Schmidt, and let me tell you, the action never stops at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. With thousands of the hottest slots, nearly 100 high-energy table games, and a sleek new poker room, the thrills are endless. Take your love of sports to the next level with the region's best sports book. An over 2,000-square-foot video wall, nonstop betting, and all the live sports you can handle. All of this inside a newly remodeled multi-level casino that's built for the ultimate gaming experience. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Your win is waiting.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WEALTH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The championship is back in the Bay for the first time in 40 years.
On the new limited podcast series, Dub Dynasty, we hear from head coach Steve Kerr on how Steph Curry almost never even joined the Warriors.
In fact, I thought we had a draft day deal to end up getting him to Phoenix.
For the entire behind-the-scenes story of Golden State's incredible 10-year run, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Dub Dynasty, and listen now.
97.3 The Game.
Drew and KB. Oh, that walk-up music, so snappy. Means we're going to talk to Jon Greenberg, president of the Milwaukee Admirals, very shortly. MilwaukeeAdmirals.com is the website. In the meantime, I will remind folks that we are in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Check out thecentralstandard.com. And for anybody who's like, maybe there are some people who are coming, I don't know about from the state. There are coming people who are staying in Milwaukee and then going to the draft and using Milwaukee as their launching pad to go to the draft next week. Well, if you're doing that, stop by the Craft House and Kitchen. Make it a point to stop by and see our friends Evan and Pat and Jim Cantor and the rest of the crew there. Great crew of people, and they do great work. So check out thecentralstandard.com to learn more. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the party the president of your first place Milwaukee Admirals, getting ready for their regular season finale. It is our pal Jon Greenberg. Hello, Greenie.
Hello, everybody. How we doing?
We're spectacular. Brewers won today. The draft is coming up. The Bucks are heading for the playoffs. So are the Admirals. And there's one more game left. You're not down to the last panel of the pocket schedule right now. You're down to the last game of the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. This is it. Game 76 of 76. So I'm sorry, 72 of 72. I keep forgetting we don't play 76 games anymore. It just feels like it sometimes. 72 games season. This is the last one.
And you enter 2 points ahead of the Texas Stars. So by my math, what does that mean? If you win on Friday against the always hated but never feared Chicago Wolves, does that clinch a tie for the division?
It does clinch a tie, and we have the tiebreaker. So a win on Friday night will give the Admirals the Central Division Championship.
Well, that's plenty of
There you go.
incentive. Not only the fact that it's your last tune-up before you start. So, all right, Greenie, what kind of stuff do you got going on in the rink that day? What kind of promotions you got?
Well, first of all, Saz's, our good friends over at Saz's and the State Fair, are giving out our team picture this year, which will be an exit giveaway. So as you're leaving the game after hopefully celebrating a division championship, there will be the team picture for the year and some nice Saz's offers on the bottom of that. So everybody gets one of those. And we are also wearing our Euchre jerseys on Friday night. That is the plaid made famous by Bob's ad campaign with us back in the 90s, and they're real and they're spectacular. So they are really, really fun. We wore them one other time back in 2006, and we have brought them back to wear for this game in honor of Bob, and they are being auctioned off to benefit Bob's charities that his family has directed money from this to go to. So Make-A-Wish Wisconsin, the Wounded Warrior Project, ALS Association Wisconsin chapter, and Frederick Hospital and the Medical College of Wisconsin Clinical Cancer Center for research. So those four charities are going to be the beneficiaries. The auction is open and is going on right now, and people can go to our website to find that out, more about that, and get involved. And I can't wait to see the guys out there. The guys are, I've heard the guys say that it's, while they're excited to wear these, they're honored to wear these uniforms. So it's going to be a really fun night.
That sounds so cool. Those jerseys are kick-ass. You can see them at MilwaukeeAdmirals.com, which is also where you can buy some tickets, or you can just go to the rink. What kind of crowd are you expecting for the regular season finale on Friday night?
Yeah, we're expecting a great crowd. We're hoping, fingers are crossed, to sell out. So I wouldn't wait. We're moving in that direction. I would, if you want to be part of something special, watch a team try and clinch a championship, a division championship, and head into the playoffs, and see the uniforms, and just be part of everything going on Friday night. I would encourage you to get some tickets and come and check it out. And it is also the last State Fair deal Friday, so you can get a ticket to the game and a ticket to the Wisconsin State Fair for just $24. It's an Ian's Pizza student night, so college and high school students for $13. Show your ID and get a ticket to the game. So it is some great ticket deals and a chance to be part of something special.
Fantastic. Talking to Jon Greenberg, president of the Milwaukee Admirals, MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. Regular season finale Friday night against Chicago. And then a little break to get ready for the playoffs. And Greeny, we don't give Carl Taylor enough love when we talk to you, the job that he's done to have your lads, within one victory away from clinching first place in the division, heading back to the playoffs. And didn't he just establish a new mark for victories by an Admirals coach in the American Hockey League?
He sure did. Last Sunday's victory put him one ahead of Dean Evison, who is currently the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets. And Dean was here for 6 or 7 years, and now Carl obviously has been here. And it's part of that continuity that Nashville is so good at, and so happy for Carl. I mean, he has really done a great job. I personally think this has been his best coaching job, with just the sheer volume of transactions that have gone on this year, and always having to kind of shuffle the deck. We were watching practice this morning, and we were talking about some of our players, who got hurt early in the year are kind of making their way back out, and they haven't played with probably more than half the team. So it's pretty amazing the job that Carl's done, and Greg Rollo and Matt Donovan as our coaching staff, really spectacular work to do this. And Carl deserves a ton of credit. He really deserves a chance to be an NHL head coach, and I'm hoping that that opportunity will come sooner rather than later.
That's like watching your favorite players get promoted and stuff. Bittersweet. You're happy for them, but you love having them around, and you love the success that the guys bring in. Greeny, when we spoke last week and in the weeks leading up, when you guys were starting the push, like, you obviously want to be playing good hockey going into the playoffs. And you guys were like, the Central Division's the goal. Winning the division is always like one of the first goals you have. But to win, you're 5-0 in April, and you've won, you're 8-1-1 in your last 10. Hard to do better than that when the games start to count. And that tells me that you're headed in a direction right now.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been a really fun to watch these guys gel right now, and getting some guys back from Nashville has really, been a nice part of that. And we've got some stability. There hasn't been a ton of player movement over the last few weeks, and it's evident. So Nashville plays their last regular season game tonight, and then we'll be getting Mark Delgaizo and Fedor Svechkov back here to kind of round out our roster. And, those guys hopefully will be ready to play here on Friday night, with our group. So, it's been a good time to play well. And, that whole break, our first playoff game is on May 1st. So yes, there is a break, but we've done this before, and, we did it last year, and we'll do it again this year. And Carl's got a good way of going about giving the guys the right rest, getting them ramped up, doing some fun things in the meantime to kind of just have a chance to take a little bit of the pressure off. And then, when it's time to really crank it back up again, there's not going to be too much of a layoff for them. The days may look like a layoff, but the work won't.
Go ahead, KB.
No, but you really do need that time off, because when you their legs get really tired. They're really tired, man. Those things will burn, and you get that time off, you can make a big difference. Yeah, and having some extra players here over the last couple of weeks, the college guys and the junior guys that have been here, part of what's been going on, has given some of the veteran guys a chance to take a break. We've had some of our older players, older is kind of a relative term, but they've been able to have some maintenance days in terms of practice and things like that. But come game time, everybody is ready to play.
Fantastic. Talking to Jon Greenberg, president of the Milwaukee Admirals. The game Friday night, the regular season finale, and then you got basically it's a little training camp that you get ready for the playoffs. And when will you find out your opponent? Like, that'll be 2 days before?
No. Well, yes. If we win the division, Then we have to wait for the series between the 4th and 5th place teams. If the season ended right now, the 2nd, that would be Chicago playing Rockford in the 4 versus 5. But there are still games to be played. That's a little bit tight between 3rd and 4th place. So we got to wait and see what happens there. So, if we win the division, we're going to have to probably wait till the end of next week to have an opponent. If we, end up in 2nd place, which would mean that we fell short on Friday night and Texas won twice, then we would end up in 2nd place and be playing the 3rd place team. So it'll sort itself out over the next few days, but we'll be ready for whoever comes next.
All right, couple of quickies for you on the way out, Greeny. First of all, you mentioned it's picture night thanks to Saz's and State Fair, so you get a picture when you leave the rink on Friday, the team picture. When was that taken? Because I always know in your history in baseball is like, oh, we might have made a big trade after the photo was taken, or someone might be, not in the photo. When was the official team portrait that will be handed out taken?
Yesterday.
There you go.
All right.
It's about as current as it can be, other than the guys coming back from Nashville.
Really yeah, it's funny because Ryan Ufko was our most recent call up. He was up there. He got called up to play on Monday, and the team picture was on Tuesday. And so he's going to be back here tomorrow. And he's one of, I think he's either the only player or one of 2 players who is going to have played every single one of our games this year, and he's not in the team picture.
Oh man, that's classic. All right, I also want to know. I want to take you back to your Bat Boy days. How many Brewers team photos were you in, sitting kind of crisscross applesauce in the front row?
I was in 2. 1985 and 86. 1984 is still a bit of a sore subject for me. That was my first year, and I thought I was going to be able to be in the team picture, and they decided there were too many Bat Boys, so they said, "You're out, you're out." And I was one of the guys that was out. I'm still a little chapped about that. 41 years later, but I was in the pictures in 85 and 86.
Oh, that's a classic. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna have to go back online and find those now. Circle.
Oh yeah, those are some good ones.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I almost felt like superimposing myself into the one in 84, but that technology didn't exist.
No, it didn't exist. All right, and then finally, Greeny, your guys are gonna have some time off. I'm wondering, you think any of your players be interested in coming up to Buffalo Wild Wings and hanging out with us on Oneida Street in Green Bay and taking in the sights and sounds and pageantry of the NFL draft?
Yes. Are you helicoptering them in and out?
we don't know how we're going to get in and out. We don't know. It's going to be okay.
So, I don't know how much our guys are into the college football scene. Some of our American-born players might have that, but I don't think my guys from Finland could tell you the difference between a left tackle and a punter. So,
we don't know like the difference between half the little fish they eat over there too.
That's true.
Yes.
That's
eat a lot of little fish. They do.
Yes.
Real little ones.
But, are your guys, is fantasy football a thing in hockey clubhouses and locker rooms? Because I just wonder about that, because you're busy. It's during the season. It's hard to have that thing. Like baseball lends itself to fantasy football because most teams are done playing when football's just getting going.
Yeah, I seem to remember a few years ago there were some guys that were involved in fantasy football. I heard not one word about that this year, so I don't know that was something that they were doing.
That just means guys are focused on bringing the Calder Cup to Milwaukee. That's what it is.
There you go.
Absolutely. Greeny, best of luck. Hope you sell out on Friday night. I encourage everybody to go check it out because it's going to be a couple weeks before we get to see the Admiral skate again. And there's not much better than playoff hockey, especially when you guys are cooking and the crowd's rolling and we can wear shorts to the rink. We're looking forward to a long run. So best of luck moving forward, Greeny.
Thanks, guys. Make sure everybody goes to MilwaukeeAdmirals.com and check out the jersey auction. Might be a great opportunity to get a cool piece of history.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding. Thanks, Greeny.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Check it out. MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. Admirals, Wolves, regular season finale. That's $24 for a ticket and a State Fair ticket.
You can't beat that with a stick.
Pretty sweet deal. That's right up there with our with our Brewpalooza.
Our
Brewpalooza event and the 973.
Stuff live. We're all we're your affordable sports station.
We're good to saving at saving you money. When we come back, it's one for the road time. We will close up shop in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Tell you what we're looking forward to tomorrow and tell you what we're taking home from today's show. What a lot of ground we covered. We talked Brewers. We talked to Matt Lepay. We talked draft and logistics and talked about the Resch Center. And we talked to Wags and Greeny. It's been quite a run today.
I'm exhausted.
One for the road is next. Drew and KB from the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge, statewide on the game.
Tight right where you are, babe, 'cause I'll be at your door in 10 minutes. Whatever you got on, girl, stay in it.
Hi, Matt Lepay, your friendly game announcer for Ridgetop Exteriors. Is your home ready to stand out this season? Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they've delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com for your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Drew Wilson here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge and the Drew and KB Show. When you're hungry for a pizza, take it to the house and pair your favorite beer for a true Draft House experience at home. With 3 crust options, original hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, and new rising crust options, it's easy to live your best frozen pizza life with Pep's Draft House Pizza. My personal favorite is the Brawlin' Buffalo Chicken paired with an American Pale Ale. The perfect combination, delivering a knockout punch you won't
21.
The new KFC Dunk It Bucket with juicy original recipe tenders, new mashed potato poppers, crispy fries, plus 3 sauces that fit right on top of the lid, so you can dunk anywhere. You can dunk at the game, dunk while security points to the no outside food sign, and dunk as 20,000 people watch you and your Dunk It Bucket get removed from the stadium. Dunk almost anywhere with the new $7 KFC Dunk It Bucket, or get the double Dunk It Bucket for $25. Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
The game.
Closing ceremonies in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. The lights are up. We're cleaning the floors. And we're getting ready to say goodbye. We do that with one for the road. Put our drinks into a red Solo cup and head out into the night. KB, what are you taking home from today's program?
What I'm taking home is that you watch one Brewers game or 2 or 3 and you become disheartened. Then they turn around and do what they did. And they make you feel joy again. And it is going to be, as we've been saying all day, it's going to be an up and down season, but I'm there for the ride. And on the way down, just throw your hands up and yell, wee, because she'll be going back up again.
Fantastic. Hunter Baumgart, you get a rare night off. What are you doing tonight? No baseball to cover.
Yeah. Oof. Taking deep breaths. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
but still listen to Tim Allen and Jeff coming up next with the post-game show in Milwaukee, talking all about that Brewers win over the Tigers and the series win. And that's my take home. Go into the off day feeling good. Go into the Yelich event. A lot of the Brewers going to be there feeling good. And then host the No City A's.
The nomadic A's. Yes. My take home, warms the cockles when we talk to Matt Lepay. Always love to talk to Matt Lepay, the voice of the Badgers. But the fact that he got to see one of his musical heroes last night, Peter Frampton. Awesome. And we had a great conversation with Terry Charles, who runs communications for the Resch Center and the Resch Expo. And that is the center of the sports universe beginning next week. We are going to have a blast up there. It's like
more fun than he thought.
When we were at the Super Bowl talking about the draft, it seems so distant. It still kind of does. It's next week. Next week at this time, we'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings on Oneida Street. Can't wait. Going to be a blast. So is tomorrow. Tomorrow on the program, we'll talk to Riggs, Rob Rieger, our NFL draft expert from the Geek Squad, one of our OGs. He's going to join us, drop some knowledge on us about who the players the Packers might take. And we are also going to talk to Adam and some of the other chefs and some other celebrities. We'll have some surprise guests. You don't want to miss. You don't know who we're going to rope in tomorrow.
You don't.
You just don't.
But someone will be roped.
Yes. And we're looking forward to it. So we will see you tomorrow at 3:00. Thanks for hanging out with us in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports.